Okay, we're up.
Okay.
Now, if you want, I'll read it for you.
After,
Let me see that too, man.
after,
You hypochondriac.
yeah.
Bullshit, man.
Let me see that. You just start spraying people.
Suzanne would get so mad when my kids were sick, I'd spray them down with Lysol.
I would get mad too.
She got so irritated. That can harm them. No, it can't. It's Lysol. It kills 99.9% of germs. How can that hurt you? No, that's not true.
They should be recalibrated in order to get even better pricing and better rates. Keep your term long. You may not want to go back to 30 years. You can pick whatever term.
Is your kid coming home for Christmas?
Yep. And he's going with his girlfriend. So what are you going to do? First stop and go with that?
He should have him email me. He should co-sign a card.
Saying we're going to stay home.
Just to. I think it's a good idea. Even just a secondary vehicle, just to have.
Nice. Just stay home and enjoy the family. Relax a little bit.
Hey, Dad, I wanted to remind you that the holidays
Is the internet working over there?
real close.
That is spotty. I
Okay,
know
okay.
that.
No
Did you
worries.
that one over there?
Yeah, it's got the exclamation point.
Yeah, it's not working. That's not working. We don't have any other. Wait. No, I'm not on that one. Hold on. Let me see if I can get on that one. Yeah, I'm on it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The guest one might be having a little trouble there then.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think you were not on. Were you on that one, or were you on Xfinity?
I'm on the guest one, the iHeart guest. So maybe you're on the actual iHeart one.
No, I'm on iHeart. Yes.
Really?
And it's working fine. It's working pretty fast.
Let me restart my computer. Let's see. When in doubt, I'll always restart.
Or just restart the wireless thing.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's why it's not.
Amber Alert.
Yeah, I got one. That's this morning.
Yeah, this is 719.
That purple vehicle?
Purple Chevy Spark. That must be their early electric.
Okay.
At least it won't leave them on a high-speed chase, right? I think most of those are usually apparent, aren't they? Or do they say Amber Alerts they can't do? It was.
Father, yeah.
See, I thought on Amber Alerts they only do them if the kid's in. I didn't realize they do it over like an ex-husband or something like that. I just didn't know. Did they find him?
No.
Oh.
You gotta be pretty.
He'll run out of juice pretty quick in the Spark. I mean, he's not going that far.
If you want something, I'll move this extra one here too. I think I got him one here getting coffee.
What's that?
It's called the iced. Let me see. I'll pull it up. It's Corvus coffee over here.
It's really good.
Is it sugar? Sugar in it?
There might be their homemade thing. Let me just pull it up here. I can tell you. I think it's got is it licorice or vanilla or something?
It's really good.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up.
Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints. And this hour brought to you by Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, because I think it's the most fantastic deal out there in cars. We'll talk about that in a second. We also have somebody from the referral list on we'll talk to, and then of course we'll talk to you. We'll solve your problems. Try to weed out all of the problems before the end of the year. So welcome 303-713-TALK. Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair is going to make transmission problems easy to deal with. Here's what they're doing. If you have a transmission problem and you're, inclined to get it fixed, but you want to know the price range, they'll give you a price range. Now, there's no obligation, but they will tear down your transmission and verify the problem. If it's as you expect, you want to get it fixed, get it fixed. No charge for the tear down and haul away. No, they don't add it to the ticket. Okay, so let's say you don't want to have it done. Fine, no charge. Let's say you want to take it somewhere else. Still no charge. Get it? It's a no-risk deal. 303-781-9858. Budget A1 transmission and auto repair on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. And they'll also beat any transmission deal by 10% or $250. Anyone, any legit transmission offer by 10% or $250, whichever is more. And that's for rebuilt transmissions. 303-781-9858. 781-9858. All right. What's happening in your life? Let's get to the phones. But first I want to address a topic. And I hesitate to call people morons, but they are. Especially the media. The media loves to hop on stuff. And what you're going to hear is a connection between LASIK surgery and suicide. Because you had a meteorologist, a female, commit suicide after having LASIK surgery. Now, it turns out she's not the only one that committed suicide after having LASIK surgery. But they also had coffee. And they also were depressed. And it turns out that there's even more suicides after bypass surgery. And any major surgery. In fact, Medical News Today warns, just last year they warned, that depression after surgery is common, especially among depressed people. Depressed people look for linchpins to justify depression. Here's why. You're not going to want to hear this, okay? Yeah, are there chemicals involved? Absolutely. Environmental? Absolutely. But here's what depression is. Are you ready? It's a narcissistic illness. That's what it is. You are so centered on yourself and how everything affects you, you do not get off your ass to help yourself, because everyone is at fault. You struggle with it, and it is terrible. It plagued my mom until she died, and it plagues my brother, my older brother. It is a terrible thing. Anxiety, depression, and I don't doubt that if you have surgery or anything to disrupt your depressed routine, it's going to drive you to some drastic measures, possibly suicide. If you for a minute think that a normal, healthy, well-adjusted person is suddenly going to decide to commit suicide because of LASIK or bypass or major surgery, then you're looking for excuses. And depressed people always look for linchpins, for something to hang their depression on. Always! Because it is never their fault. Of course it isn't. It's mental illness. But for this mental illness to grow, you have to be a narcissist, self-centered, selfish person who reflects everything on how it affects them. In fact, one of the best cures for depression has been getting off your ass and helping others. And trust me, depression is a terrible thing. I almost fell into that trap. And every once in a while you feel blue. By the way, there's a difference between clinical depression and feeling blue. I talked to a guy one time who was feeling badly. You know why? His father died. His dog died. He was having trouble at work. You know what I told him? Hang your head down and have yourself a pity party. Poor you. You're right. You should feel bad. In fact, if you didn't feel bad, I'd think you're nuts. Here's the problem. When you start feeling bad and people say you shouldn't feel bad, then you start trying to fight the bad feelings, and then those bad feelings get worse because you're afraid of them. And then you start adding anxiety to depression, possibly panic. And guess what? You're being chased by depression, which was normal. So if you let yourself feel bad once in a while because something went bad, okay, feel bad. Then feel good. Say a prayer, talk to friends, get counseling, and then you get over it. But what happens is people start feeling like that, and then they start identifying with it, and it grows. And thoughts become chemical reactions, and you have neural pathways etched in your brain that automatically react in a depressed way. In fact, some people identify so much with depression they don't want to get better because they like the attention it brings them. They identify with it. So if you think that girl all of a sudden, that meteorologist, all of a sudden decided to kill herself because of LASIK surgery, then you have a serious problem. As I said, heart bypass, way more depression reported after heart bypass. You're going to stop heart bypass surgeries? And any major surgery, look it up. But you know what the morons in media do? They hop on something and they chew on it and they hype it. More on that on 10. Can LASIK cause you to kill yourself? Coming up at 10. You're going to hear it. You're never going to hear them say this. By the way, there are several other surgical procedures that resulted in suicide. More so than LASIK. And in fact, major surgery in general can make the depressed more depressed. It's a linchpin. But you'll never hear a well-adjusted, perfectly healthy person all of a sudden becoming depressed over something. Doesn't happen all of a sudden. So, I had a few emails saying, Tom, how can you recommend LASIK? It causes depression. Yeah, it does. So does a mortuary, but you're not going to prevent sadness at death. And there are many, many, many other things that cause sadness. Do not avoid them. Feel sad when you're supposed to feel sad. Let it out. Cry. And then pick yourself back up. But if you choose to be a narcissist and judge everything by how it affects little old you, and you're not going to let anybody get in, then you sit at home under your black cloud. But you don't blame surgery for it. And some depression is hidden. People don't admit they're depressed. It's hidden. Then they go and have LASIK or bypass or any other major surgery. All of a sudden they end up dead. And we say, well, we never knew. We never knew. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm serious about this now. If you're suffering from depression, you need to get help. But it's okay to be depressed. The problem with not being okay with depression is you fight it, and fighting it makes it worse. And by the way, the world does not revolve around you. It doesn't. And there aren't people spying on you. You're not that important. And there aren't people putting things in your brain. You're not that important. 303-713-TALK. I would love to speak to you. Honest to goodness, I would. I love people who are depressed. I want to help you. Call 303-MARTINO at any time, 24/7. Leave a message. We'll get back to you. We really will. Or you can call right now and get right through, 303-627-8466. Our regular number is 303-713-TALK when we're on the air. Now, we're going to talk to all of you about your problems and your questions and your complaints. All you have to do is stick around. We will help. If you need a second opinion on a major repair, Plumline Services is a company that I trust. Plumline Services. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And I've known the company since Jeff started it many years ago. And, of course, he's passed it on to his faithful employees. One of them is Bob Logan and crew. And they are taking care of consumers. In fact, they want to give you free second opinions. So that means they either have to put up or shut up. If they don't think you need the work, they're going to tell you. If they think you need the work and it's a great price, they're going to tell you. If they think they can beat the deal, they're going to tell you. Any major repair, a water heater, maybe you need a furnace or you're told you do. Whatever it is, call them. And don't forget during this time, when people are having drain problems, it's 93 or free drain cleaning. And for the free cleaning, you get a full, complete diagnostic of what's wrong if they can't clear it for 93. 303 586-1086. 586-1086, plumlineservices.com.
I cannot tell you the moron to me about something.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't get a LASIK. I don't want to commit suicide.
That's amazing. Yeah, like your hand's going to go like this.
Right. It's got layered chicory, cold brew, and vanilla and cream. So I don't think there's any sugar in there. That's all it is. So if you like chicory, vanilla, and cream, try it. Yeah.
If I don't like that, I don't want to waste it. Is this yours?
No, go ahead. I got some.
Yeah, I bought him one. He has brought his own coffee today. So yeah. So if you don't like it, you can always put the straw and give it back to him.
Where'd you come up with that flavor? Is that one they offer?
That's the one they all call the backcountry coffee. So.
Hi, by the way, hi. And you are Brandy?
Yes. For a holiday cheer with Panera Bread gift card. Soups,
For 10 years.
beverages, and bakery treats are a gift that everyone will love.
So you've had this plan for 10 years?
Get a $10 bonus card for yourself.
First and
She has proof of the growth over 10 years. It's amazing.
Can I see it?
Sure. One of them is 2016 and the other one was 2017. State, right? 2016.
There's 2016 and on the backside is 2017. Look at that.
So what do we have?
So look at that cash value.
What year is that?
This is
16 and 17.
Yep. So right here, total cash value is 159,000.
What's this cash value paid up?
It's this. So there's two components to the policy. There's the base and then there's the cash account called paid up edition. So when you add them,
Cash value, what is that?
38,000. That's so if you look at all components, there's the guaranteed it's like a storage cent. There's the
Cash value coverage.
which is part of the same. They just kind of break it up separate.
But when she starts farming, she can't use this one.
Then 95% of that account.
Oh,
And then, so if you look at that, it's got 159. If you flip it and see the growth from 17 to 18, now she's got 176. So from 159 to 176, we're talking about a
1 year. 1 year.
1 year growth. So that's basically 17. So she's got about 17,000.
Do you have to buy additional insurance, your 218 dividend?
Yeah, it does that on
keep
that
it from being taxed.
Yeah, because the death benefit has to rise with the cash value. Otherwise, if it were like that, just be taxable at some point. So, but that's to show she only
How much
puts
are
in
you
about
putting into it?
8,000, right?
8,120
A month?
a year.
A year, and it grew by 17,000. That's how efficient they get over time. I mean, if she only puts in 8,000, but 17,000 is going to cash, that's double what she put in. So it's pretty exciting to see those figures. They really is.
Timeshare, I guarantee you've heard the horror stories. And if you've ever bought one yourself, you know they're true. And if you're one of those unfortunate few who are...
You know, when I had my cataracts surgery done, I felt phenomenal. I felt like I was given a new life.
I didn't have cataracts. I just had my lenses taken
Well,
out.
that's what they did with mine. And
You didn't have cataracts,
I
right?
did.
I just had new lenses.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Because I wanted new lenses because they focus.
Easy operation.
So I have nothing wrong with my eyes.
Me neither. I got 2015. I just got them checked last week.
2015 too.
2015.
But do your lenses focus?
Yes.
Oh, so
it's
you
just
have
the multifocal.
Oh, good. When did you have that done?
About a year and a half, 2 years ago now.
So you waited for cataracts, so then your insurance paid for some of that, didn't it?
They paid very little.
Yeah, my insurance wouldn't pay a dime because it was.
They paid very little. I think they paid. I think that this is worth like $10,000. No, those are the expensive lenses. But I mean, they're worth every single penny. I don't have to have glasses to read. I don't have to.
Do you know which one you got?
Oh man,
I
used to carry it with me.
I think I got Symphony. Symphony. I think. And then there's one called Crystal Lens.
No, I didn't get the crystal lens. I think I got the Symphony.
And
I'm pretty sure I did. I used to carry my little cards that they give you there, but I don't have it anymore. So.
And I used to, I know. And then I don't know. It's amazing.
15 minutes. That's all it took.
Oh, that's all it takes is 15 minutes?
Per eye, yeah. I mean, you know, LASIK.
Yeah, but they won't do both eyes at once.
No, they do it.
I did one eye. I waited 3 months because it took that long for my one eye to focus perfectly.
But they didn't do both eyes at the same time, did they?
No,
they don't.
They'll never do that.
They'll never do it.
Even on cataract.
Do it.
Even on cataracts, yeah.
But did Medicare pay like $3,000 or something, or no?
No, I mean, I was on a Medicare. There we go.
Oh,
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Buy and build, buyandbuild.net. Wholesale, no, below wholesale. For floor coverings, they have like hardwoods and laminates and vinyl. I don't think they have carpeting. And they have cabinets of all kinds, shaker line, high-end, down to builder grade. They have countertop materials. They have plumbing fixtures for pennies on the dollar compared to plumbing houses. And they have lighting fixtures. If you go to a light store, you're nuts. I mean, you routinely pay $1,400, $1,500 for a fixture that you can find for a couple hundred at Buy and Build. Buyandbuild.net, 4800 Washington Street. Welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones, okay? Brad, what's going on with you, Brad?
Hello. Hi.
What's happening?
Fine.
What's going on, man?
Okay. I'm dealing with cancer.
Oh.
And can you hear me okay?
Yeah. What kind of cancer, Brad?
Squamous cell.
Oh, how long have you had it?
I got it in 2016.
Yeah.
And then came down with it, and then had to go to the hospital for it. And they did major surgeries on me because it was spreading so fast.
Where'd you have it?
At Porter.
I mean, where'd you have the squeamish cells?
Oh, on my face, my head.
Uh-huh. So what's going on now?
Well, when I was in the hospital, my driving record, I had like 2 speeding tickets and 1 driving the wrong way on a.
While you were in the hospital? What do you mean while you're in the hospital?
Yeah, while I was in the hospital.
Somehow you. Yeah, well, or something. If you're in the hospital and it wasn't you, so it's on your record right now. If someone pulled a motor vehicle report, they're going to find this on you.
Yeah, that's what my insurance company is charging me for.
Well,
so
it's not you, right?
How to resolve it right now? I mean, how do I resolve it?
I don't know, actually. I've
asked
Joe Lazara.
They said I have to go to each one. Well, I don't know who they are.
Wait a minute. When were these written? In 2016?
Yeah, around there, 16, 17.
Well, you do have to contest them. I'm going to try to ask our attorney, Joe Lazara.
Okay.
Hold on. If we can't get Joe, let me know, Suzanne. But Joe Lazara might be able to help. You have to fight each case. You really do. You have to go back and show where you were and all of that. It's terrible. It is terrible. Joe Keano's with us, with Jordan, the Keanos, and they do the Be Your Own Bank, become thebanker.info. But it's a little different this time. They brought along brandy, not the drink. I just realized what that sounds like. Thanks for the brandy, Joe. Brandy is someone who's used this system for 10 years. So we'll talk to her about it, on how it actually works with someone. And they didn't handpick. They've opened up their records to us. Brandy is someone who put away a medium amount of money over 10 years. And she has savings because of it, and I'm going to ask her some other questions about it. But this is a real-life example, all right? 303-713-TALK. Crystal, what's going on in your life? Hello, Crystal.
Hello.
What's going on?
I'm just dealing with some landlord issues.
Okay, what happened? What's wrong?
I believe that he is in violation of our contract.
Okay, what does your lease say that he's in violation of?
The lease states that I am renting the property.
Yeah.
Not sharing it with the landlord.
Oh, what kind of property are we talking about here?
It's a home.
A home. Just one single-family home?
Correct.
And it's not like a guest house on his property or a garage or something. It's a full home on a lot.
Correct.
Okay. And what is he doing to impose on you?
So he monthly, unannounced most of the time, or within at least 6 hours notice, comes and lives at the property.
What? Wait a minute. In the house?
In the house.
Well, he can't do that. Wait. He comes to your home. You're supposed to have peaceful, quiet enjoyment of the premises. Now, your lease doesn't say anything about him coming and living with you.
Correct.
Where does he live when he comes? In one of the bedrooms?
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. You could say, please get out of my residence. Have you done
Correct.
that?
I have.
And what does he say?
He has said that he's not violating anything and that this is not my house. It's a shared house.
Well, okay. Where in the contract does it say shared?
Right. It does not.
Okay. How long does he stay?
I want to see your lease.
How long does he stay?
He stays anywhere from 2 to 3 days to 10 days.
Oh, no. Does he live in Denver or in the area, or is he from out of state?
He comes from California.
No. I mean, without this strictly laid out in the lease, you're right in your assumption. I mean, I'm not giving you a legal opinion. I'm giving you a logical one, and it's a logical thing to believe he shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Do you guys have the lease or something? Because this is an outbound call, which means you contacted us, and as we promised, we get back to people. So we have that lease. Let's look at that lease. Mark, what?
It sounds like a typical Californian.
Yeah, well, listen, Crystal, obviously you sound intelligent. Did you say, sir, I can no longer tolerate this?
I did.
And what did he say? He can evict you if it's at the end of the lease, or if you have a problem. How long is the lease?
The lease is for 12 months.
Okay, when is it up?
It is up in June of 2019.
I say, okay. 2019?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on, Dan? What are you looking at?
It says 2018.
It says 2018? When? June. It's up in June 2018.
It's over.
It's over. Wait. Are you still under a lease?
I am under a lease.
Probably month to month.
Renewed.
It was renewed?
Yes.
Is there a new one? Okay, here's Suzanne handed this to me. Ready? Landlord of landlord's or landlord's representative may enter the premises under the following conditions. At any time for the protection or preservation of the premises. That means like an inspection or to turn off the water or something if it's, leaking.
Right.
After notice as required by state law for the purpose of repairing, okay, to inspect the premises, make necessary or agreed upon repairs, decoration, alterations, improvements, supply agreed services, exhibit the premises for sale. When he comes there, does he pretend he's fixing anything? Be honest. Huh?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Does he pretend he's fixing something?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay, then it's another condition. With tenant's consent, so he did have your consent because you've never actually protested. In case of emergency, and it says when tenant unreasonably withholds consent. I don't even know what that means. If you unreasonably withhold consent, he can enter, whatever that means. If tenant is absent, he can enter. Oh, man, I don't think this guy is within his rights. Again, we can have an attorney look at this, but I think, well, what do you want to do about it? I mean, what do you want to do about it? You can tell him to stop, and I would call police. And then if he tries to evict you, what is he going to evict you for? He doesn't like you?
Did you guys ever have a relationship?
No.
Wow. This is really weird.
Oh, it feels like a total violation.
When was the last time he was there?
He was here twice in the month of November.
When is he coming back?
I do not know because he doesn't tell me.
You should have an attorney write him a letter. You should. You should do that proactively and also say that if he comes on your property for a purpose other than stated in the lease, you will call police.
Okay.
That's what I would do. You really have to be aggressive about this. Now, Crystal, we could call him, but I think it's a little premature. You need to let him know. Give him legal notice. I would do that and have some.
Let's try to have him on.
I mean, we could, but then we get her all in trouble. I think she writes a letter.
Well, what does she want? I mean, if she doesn't want him showing up, what's the difference?
It's up to you. It's up to you.
You want us to call him?
I think a letter first.
Okay.
I have stated several times to this guy that what he's doing is
but
wrong.
You're going to say, listen, you're going to say, and here's what I would say. I'm going to give you advice as if you're my sister, not a client, all right?
Great.
Here's what you say. If you're my sister, I would tell you to say, not only are your visits not outlined in the lease, they further cause me distress and a feeling of insecurity, and I feel threatened. Therefore, I'm requesting you don't do this, or I will be forced to take legal action and call law enforcement authorities. I am a single woman living alone. I assume. Is that right, Crystal? I just said that because I assumed it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what you do.
What do you think he'd tell us? I mean, there must be something here we're not
what would
hearing.
he say? Would he say, oh, she's full of crap, she agreed to it?
Absolutely.
But you didn't, because you don't have any, your lease says it's your lease.
It's a strange lease.
What's strange? There's nothing strange.
I don't know. It looks like he just wrote it up. I mean, really, it doesn't. It looks like something he found off the internet and filled in the blank.
303-713-8255. Artofgranite.net. You want to get some prices on the phone? Art of Granite. Let me tell you what I love about Art of Granite. Beautiful work. He does fabrication and installation of natural stone. He's a direct stone importer, and he doesn't make it a big deal, meaning that he knows what it takes to fabricate and install. And since he doesn't charge for tear out and haul away, and since he doesn't charge above wholesale for the stone, he can give you a quote on the phone. And then you have him do the work. You'll love it. And if you do get cabinets, there is a small markup on cabinets. But no charge for tear out and haul away, no charge for the bathroom when you have the kitchen done. That's artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919.
Did she say he stays in her bedroom?
One of them, man.
One of them.
Her bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
No, that would be really bad. Oh my gosh. So it's 2-bedroom places.
That would be crazy.
That is weird.
Yeah, that is not.
I wonder why he comes to Denver. Just to check on his place? Or?
I guess, but still, that's insane.
I'm with Mark. Maybe they
What
have.
the hell are you doing with Ideal?
No.
Watch it, Dan. I told her we could start having them online again.
Call Online Trading Academy, the only financial educator that I personally endorse.
What's this with Ideal, man? We're crowded.
67 and reserve your
You didn't bite. She didn't bite.
spruce up your kitchen. Art of Granite.
I thought she was
Stone and other solid surface countertops. They are a direct importer of granite, quartz, and other natural stones. They also do cabinets. What I love about Mitch is how he does business. It starts out.
I am so upset I can barely drive my car. A long-time listener.
He'll tell you how to take
Making me so angry. I have suffered from clinical depression. Okay, tell me all about it.
So what's that going to do? Why?
I'm a successful woman. I get up every day and go to work. Sure you do.
visit the showroom, pick out what you want.
But what is she bitching about you for?
Not change.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, but contraire, I do.
Contraire, old frere.
Is, as he said, a horrible thing.
Kitchen, they do in the bathroom free.
Feeling that's true. Hopefully, it's true.
In your old bath free. Art of Granite.
What did you do wrong, though?
You know that. Here's the thing about.
Why are you poking fun at her? How dare you? I don't think a lot of people don't realize what you've gone through with your mother and brother. Honest to God, they have no idea.
And myself. I got fallen in that.
Tommy,
bad.
I got Lazaro on 6 for
Oh, good. I'll go right to him.
Yeah, I have my.
I don't know if I agree with that. You think, okay, so predisposed, agreed, but I don't know. That's interesting to think about that. So you're saying you broke out of that. You were predisposed. I don't know if that's correct. You might have some of the same genes.
It might just be the environment, maybe.
I don't know. When did your environment change drastically?
Oh, when I was 5, my dad left. My mother went to a mental hospital. and I was alone with older siblings.
So why do you think?
And then I was on my own.
How come your
14.
sisters are?
Well, you were on your own at 14, were you?
16.
And I was truly 14. People don't believe it. I was 14, but I was living in the apartment that we were living in, but my mom went away.
So you're by, I get you.
But we pretended she was still there because we didn't want the school to know. So we would sign shit and stuff. But we lived in the apartment, and rent was being paid by my father sometimes, and then social services. And then she came back when I was 16, and I said, well, Mom, I love you, but I'm not used to living with somebody, you know. So I moved out.
Oh, you're all by yourself?
Yeah, with me and my brother. I was taking care of my brother. My older sisters would look in on us, send us money. Yeah, they were gone and married. But then at 16, I was totally on my own, and I was emancipated legally, so I could make decisions because I was crippled by it. So I emancipated. I went to court and emancipated myself because I needed to make decisions. I needed to buy shit. And everyone would say, you're a minor, you can't buy stuff.
Cigarettes, alcohol,
cars, and all that.
So that's interesting. If you, yeah, even if you're emancipated, it doesn't change the legal age for stuff, though, does it?
But it did.
No, but I mean, you couldn't go buy booze, could you?
Oh, no. But I could sign
Every kid out there.
I could sign contracts, though.
Yeah, for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my own when I was 12 years old.
12?
In Mexico City?
They brought me here at 12. My half-sister, basically.
So what, now really, fucking 14 is hard, but 12? What were you doing at 12? Seriously, what?
They wanted me to come to the States to be able to learn English.
But literally, where were you living? You were 12.
Oh, no, I was living with my half-sister, but away from my mom and dad, you know. Okay. But I mean, I was definitely with no family.
How hard would that be?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. See, she put my success.
Trust me, 14 was hard enough.
Her pain. Well, she became depressed. She hurt herself medically, you know, physically, mentally.
I worked at the newspaper too, so they knew and they took care of me. I mean, you know, it's funny what people do for you when you're young and you're alone. My uncle had a clothing store. And I had another uncle who was a barber, and I had another uncle who was a dentist.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Tom, I'm so upset. She wrote to Suzanne, I can barely drive my car. I've been a long-time listener and love you guys. But this is making me so angry. I have suffered from clinical depression all my life, and I am a successful businesswoman. I get up every day and go to work, make good money, pay my bills, and function normally. Tom has no idea what he's talking about. And I'm going to put a parenthesis in here. Yes, I do. Clinical depression is, as he said, a horrible thing. It's a feeling of complete hopelessness, that things will not be better no matter what you try. Oh, I agree totally. It is not a narcissistic thing. No, not in itself, not totally. But what I meant was, let me just say this, you have to be a narcissist for it to grow and linger. I understand you don't want to look at yourself like that, and I know why. Because you hate it. With many people, it is a chemical thing. Well, actually, that hasn't entirely been proven. They know chemicals make it better in some cases. Serotonin uptake inhibitors, meaning that increases your serotonin, and also some things with leptin and other hormones. But here's the deal, though, and estrogen and testosterone. But here's the deal. Even though it makes it better in some people, the other people compared to them do not have more or less of it. So it means you may need more of it, but you're not unbalanced. It's like saying, this car with a shiny new paint job doesn't look good, so I need to put different paint on it. There's nothing wrong with you chemically to begin with. It's how you're reacting to those chemicals, and thoughts are chemicals. So, negative thoughts from outside of your body come in and turn into chemical reactions That's what they are in your brain. And those neural pathways, when they get overused, the negative ones, something happens in your brain. And I don't want to get too technical, but your reticular activating device, your RAD, becomes used to this negative input. That chemical then eats up all of those other chemicals that you think happened because you have a chemical imbalance. Well, it did, but your thoughts caused it. Then you take medicine to get better. When you shut out the negativity, you can get better. And I understand. It's hopeless. I know that. I don't want you to be upset with me, Lori. I truly love you, want you to get better. I do. Maybe narcissist is a cruel word, but it's a self-centered kind of thing. And I know it is our journey, and we take the necessary steps to try to deal with it every day. Not all the time. Depressed people depend on chemicals, and talk therapy don't necessarily get to the root of the problem. So here she goes. I realize that I have a choice to listen to the station or not. So Mike Rosen always says, if you're offended, change the station. I am seriously considering never listening to you guys again. That would be a mistake, Lori. You should come in and let me help you with your depression. Now, she's going to say, oh, ha, ha, you can't help me. And that's exactly what I expect you to say, because I can help you. Tom is the one who is being completely ignorant. Sorry, not. Way more than you think I know about this. Until he presents his psychiatry degree, which, by the way, does more harm than good, psychiatry degrees, he should keep his mouth shut. No, this is what you call freedom of speech. Let me explain a little something to you about talk therapy, a lot of talk therapy. They drudge things up and cause that chemical imbalance to keep going. And there's a way to eradicate it, and it's not by dredging it up and reliving it. Sorry, she's upset. Lori, I hope that you take me up on your offer and come in. It might take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but you will be almost cured. Let's talk to Joe Lazzara, attorney at law. Joe, welcome to the show. Let's talk, and this is weird, okay? What happens when you're in the hospital? Now, this happened to him, in 2016, so I don't know what to do, but he found out recently, Brad, you're being charged with all kinds of violations, right? What kind of violations?
There's 2 speeding and 1 driving the wrong way on a roadway. And
you were in the hospital being treated for cancer?
That is correct.
And these are convictions? Are they failure to appear? What? Because usually you get a ticket and then there's a failure to appear. What are you finding on your record?
I just need it on my record and I know how to address it.
But is it on your record as a conviction or a failure to appear? You don't know really. Okay, he doesn't really know. Joe, all he knows is he's paying a lot for insurance and they're saying he has violations. What does he do?
So the first thing I would do is I'd pull my motor vehicle record so I can see everything that's on it. And then on the motor vehicle record, you can see the date of violation, it has a case number, has the court, has all that information. Get his medical records in between time that shows that he was in the hospital during the time frame. And then I would go down to the court, and I would add on to their docket and say, this case needs to be removed, withdrawn. Or if there's an OJW, the OJW fee needs to be withdrawn so I can clear up. I don't have a revocation of my driving privileges. We need to set this for hearing because this is not me. And they can pull the records to see if there's any photographs of the individual, any fingerprints of the individual. But clearly, if he's in the hospital,
right,
it's not him. And the question becomes, how are they putting it on his record?
Okay, so that's the driving record that would show that, and then pulling the case number. So, Brad, you do one thing at a time. We can involve Joe as you need him, but why don't you start by pulling your driving record?
Okay, I did that, but I've lost it, so I have to go get another one.
Well, get it to us, okay? Get a fresh driving record and get it to us, okay? That will help a lot. And then
to me, I'll help him.
Okay, and then Joe will help you. Now, Joe, speaking of help, This season, 'tis the season to be drinking, fa la 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 la. Unfortunately, seriously, when does your phone start ringing off the hook?
From Halloween on, because Halloween's a big drinking holiday, and then the Christmas parties start ramping up, and I get tons of calls every weekend. They went to a Christmas party Friday, Saturday night. They were too drunk. They got pulled over. They pulled over to sleep it off. This is a busy time of year, so they need to have a plan.
Tell them how they can get in trouble pulling over and even spending the night in their car and then driving the next morning.
So a couple different issues there. One, they can still be intoxicated in the morning. That's number one. Number two, if you're pulled over, your engine's running, the keys in the ignition, you could be deemed to be driving. So driving is defined as actual physical control. So it doesn't necessarily require the car to be in motion or even be running. The key or even the ability to start the car with minimal effort and place that car in motion with minimal effort could constitute driving.
Now, Joe, do shoplifting charges step up during the holidays?
They do, because the financial stress.
You know, there's so much garbage going on. People, if you made a mistake, Joe's not going to preach to you. He'll help you. But it is easy to prevent drinking and driving, smoking and driving, smoking weed. And, of course, shoplifting, we've had it both ways. People say, hey, I had no idea. You know, I walked out by mistake. Other people say nothing, you know. Joe Lazzara, that's what he does, okay? You talk to him. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200.
This report is sponsored by...
Can they? Unless you admit to it, can they really get you?
On pot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of convictions for that.
Okay.
The microcuries, though, are not set in stone. Some people react harsher.
Well, I've never understood how you didn't smoke a week ago.
Oh, because they go by those, don't they call them microcuries?
I have no idea.
It's only blood, though.
I missed 4
You know what
laps
they
on
do?
the
They
ball.
say, okay, touch your eyes.
I already have your eyeball.
They
You
do
want to
this
just take the sheet out for yours?
I don't want to just do
That's
that.
why you never take the side.
Okay, that's okay.
Just take Uber.
Your live, the live games.
Not where I
The
live.
live, to make
Yeah,
sure
you
they're
simply
good.
just don't
When
do
they
it.
hit the
No, I
road
live,
in
man.
January,
Yeah.
I could get a Uber back to my house, but they'll never come pick us up.
Oh, really? You don't think? Well, it depends upon who's in the area.
We tried one time and it said they'd be there in an hour, and we were okay with that.
This is a
But
bad one.
then we got one like 45 minutes later saying we're not coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
I didn't know they
it
could do
wasted
that.
like an hour.
You were talking about
Where do you
doing
live?
We have to.
Franktown.
Whatever.
Franktown.
Yeah.
That's a bit, I could see that. That's a bit out there.
They'll be
Tell me
happy.
you'll tip well.
Right, they don't need to be out in that.
I don't lie.
Yeah.
I hate the fact you can tip on Uber now. It drives me crazy. I liked it when you couldn't.
Yeah,
tip.
right. It was nice when you
It was
flat
when you-
rate.
It was a flat rate. You couldn't tip. Now, if it was exceptional, you'd pull out some cash and
What's
get
that?
it.
What are you talking about?
Uber before you could tip. I hate the fact you can tip in the app now.
Why?
Because it's bullshit. They expect to tip now.
Yeah, but they deserve it.
It depends who's driving you. How about the guy that stole my phone? He didn't deserve shit.
Well, we don't know that.
Somebody stole your phone?
He deserved a phone.
I sued him and won.
So you weren't here to talk about this.
In my opinion.
I've noticed I would pay $8 or $9 to go downtown, and this weekend it was $38.
Yeah, it depends.
Oh, it depends. Okay.
It depends on what's going down.
2 o'clock in the morning, you're pay a lot higher.
Okay, that's it. I went to that concert, and coming home it was $38, and I thought, what?
We left
$38.
We left the Las Vegas Convention Center after a concert last year. To get back to our hotel, Uber wanted $125. It cost us $9 to get there. We walked about 4 blocks down to that pyramid-looking thing, and I rechecked Uber. It was $12.
That's just crazy. That is crazy.
In New York, of course, we always would go. That's just something that tourists really make a big problem with. They'll get on a one-way street going the wrong way, and so the cab, just to turn around and go to your direction, is going to be like $8, $10. So you go on the street heading in the direction you want. If you're going downtown, you go on like Park or something where You go somewhere on the side where they'll go downtown, and then you get to a corner where if they have to turn, you go where you're. But
is there rickshaws down there?
Yeah. So many people, though, they just stop anywhere. So many people just stop. Oh, listen to this. Some guy says, hey, we're giving a tour at Times Square, just $5. And I thought, whew, that's great. So we get in this thing, and we get down there. And then he says, okay, out. And I said, I thought this was like a tour. He says, yeah, but to get back, it's 40.
Oh, this sounds like the camels in Egypt.
And it was cheaper than a cab, so he had me. I'm thinking, you son of a bitch.
Right.
So now I spent $45. I didn't realize. I just assumed we were going to take a little circle and come back.
I heard that in Egypt, you want a picture on the camel, it's like $20 there. If you want to get off the camel, it's like $40.
Because you got to climb up on it.
Yeah.
But this was funny. He said, look, I'll take you on a tour around Times Square. Okay. And then we went to Times Square, and he said, okay.
You could potentially save up to $12,000 a year. What are you waiting for? Give American Financing.
Anything to make a buck.
303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate. Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on.
Oh, can I see your psychiatry degree, please?
He has a card. He's a card carrying.
Talking about it. You'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
I don't think he said anything either.
Hi, Tom. I'm listening, and you have got to be the first person I have ever heard tell the truth about depression. Thank you. You are awesome. See, you get both sides of the spectrum. 303-713-TALK. 71. You did not. That's from Sarah. 303-713-8255. Now, we're going to have a real-life example of Become the Banker, and I really want to know from the beginning to the end and what she's used it for. Alex, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
Hey, not much. So my girlfriend and I had purchased a townhome in the Lakewood area in May, and we'd gone through our inspection process and found various plumbing issues. And our realtor recommended somebody, a contractor that we ended up hiring.
What did you have to have done? What did you have to have done?
There was various plumbing issues. So we had 3 toilets in the home. All of them were not set properly, so all of them had been leaking and created rotted subflooring and some mold in the ceilings below.
Oh, that's more than plumbing, right?
Yeah, there was definitely a little bit more in plumbing involved.
So what happened?
And then there was some work to the water heater that needed to be done, and they needed to add some what's called combustion air source in the mechanical room.
Right. Well, that's for code. So anyway, what went wrong?
A whole lot.
Like what?
So, the contractor had agreed to.
What's the name of the contractor? What's the name of the people you're having trouble with?
The contractor's name is Luis Rodriguez, and he's the owner of All Phases of Remodeling.
It seems like we've heard of this, All Phase, unless that's just a common name. Okay. In fact, I know I've heard this name. Okay, so Luis Rodriguez, All Phases, what went wrong?
Yeah, so initially he had replaced a valve on the water heater, and that had a slow drip or a seep from it. And so I let him know, hey, we have an issue with this. He texted me back and said, it's a new valve. We shouldn't have any issues.
Oh, fine. That's good.
So
so then that's done. And what else?
The toilets, after he came by to fix them, he did replace all the subflooring, but after he replaced or reset the toilets, they continued to leak every time we flushed them.
Of course, because he didn't set them right. Okay. So
Correct.
Listen, man.
Yep.
Where does it stand today?
As it stands today is we did eventually take him to small claims.
Okay.
And the judge ruled in his favor.
Why?
So
Wait, why?
Yeah, that was what
No. Judges are smart. You know what? I'm not going to say that, oh, that's too bad. You lost, man. Why did you lose?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Why did you lose?
Honestly, I don't know the answer. What I'm going to
there must be a reason.
15 minutes to present our case. And
he didn't have any more. He didn't have any more. I mean, something you did was not compelling. So what do you want right now? You lost. What do you want?
we want to get his name out there for people. I'm not looking, obviously we know we
You
lost.
got to get this thing fixed. Who are you calling to get it fixed? You going to make another mistake?
No, we've got it taken care of now. We had to pay money to get the toilets reset, and we had to pay additional money to get our ceiling
I
fixed,
just don't know
but-
why you lost. I am so curious about that, Alex. And seriously, I mean, you claim they kept leaking. What was his defense? Come on, you were there. What was his defense?
His defense was that he set them properly and that we were never without a toilet. I mean, there wasn't much we could do in terms of showing the judge. We had video showing that it leaked, but we couldn't show the judge that. We had a plumber there who had evaluated it, explained that the toilets were never set properly and that they continued to leak.
And why did the judge...
Yeah? I just see that's the confusing part. We don't know why the judge decided what he decided.
What's the judge's name?
It was Fatzinger is the last name.
Okay. Man, I have no idea because I wasn't there. So I don't know what to do, Alex. I mean, it seems I have heard of Luis Rodriguez in all phases, but I can't say anything wrong based on this. I mean, you said he did something wrong, and I don't know, man. It's just weird to me. Usually when people present themselves properly in small claims court, I'm even surprised he showed up. So it tells me something. Okay, I'm Tom Martino, and we have another couple of hours to go. So, how do you put money away, a few dollars a year, and come up with almost $200,000, and then have money to borrow for yourself, and pay yourself interest, and have retirement? And this is over 10 years. What happens after 15 or 20? What is her plan? We'll talk to her, an actual person who did this.
Do you have scalp psoriasis?
After small claims court, does the judge write anything? Why?
This is weird, man.
Yeah,
Don't they?
I agree.
Don't they write?
I don't know, Mark.
They definitely.
There are no transcripts, though,
They
right?
give an opinion. I don't care what it is. They
But
always.
there's
give
no
an-
transcript, is there? There's no court reporter, right?
No, but it's probably recorded. Absolutely, there's. I don't know how you get the transcript. You probably got to pay for it.
But he doesn't write anything out.
It's all recorded. There's no, what do they call it, a Stephanopoulos?
Yeah, Stephanopoulos. Stenographers.
That too.
Stephanopoulos, it is a
Oh wait, that was my sergeant in military school.
No, but, so he does say at the end, I rule for...
You have an earache? That sucks.
I've been freaking fighting something so long, I'm pissed.
You're used to it.
What am I going to call? I'll just start calling it old age. No, depression.
There you go, depression. Oh, man. Did you enjoy that drink, someone?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, just say that.
Look at you drinking the sugary.
It wasn't
sugar.
It wasn't sugar.
Sugary
No,
sugar.
actually,
We don't know.
It was
bitter.
vanilla.
It was bitter.
It's bitter sugar.
Bitter sugar.
Did you guys know that fake sugar can spike your blood just like regular sugar?
I'm sure, yeah. I didn't know. I mean, I don't know.
Spread the word.
But
Spread the
But yeah.
word.
I'm not into the fake sugar anyway. I mean, stevia and all that stuff, and it's a big hype.
It's
But
just like sugar without
agave.
the taste.
I'll just do like agave or something.
I don't have any
Years, day, Rockies, is
stevia or anything like that. I just don't like it.
Compared to last year. And a new federal study
I like your shoes, Jordan.
Hey.
You wanna?
Mark can tell you how we did.
I don't know.
Not only that, I'll throw in where you got your shirt for free.
Is this going to be New Orleans all over again?
Okay.
That was funny. I was in New Orleans years ago.
Yeah,
Right.
he's only on one medication. High blood pressure.
No, but Jordan went down there and I told him about it. The guy came up
The
and
guy
did
was
that.
there. The guy did it. He
That-
must be hustling the streets.
I'm surprised you didn't say, hey,
Daphne, come look at
said,
that before you leave.
after he does that, they're not my shoes.
Yeah, that's right. He would have been dumbfounded. He wouldn't know what the heck I was saying. Like, what? How did you know my
Marguerite.
Oh, that's funny though.
Or your dad's, something about your dad's name, but they don't have a focus. So, you can listen to those.
One message or two?
2 separate ones.
He's sick. So we're just talking about that.
Yeah. So
Does it sound pretty weird?
actually, he sounds
My
really
brother
happy
left me a
enough.
couple messages.
He seemed pretty happy enough, and so he said to listen to his songs.
I have no idea what you're talking about because I just did this like literally while you were standing there. They're the only one that comes Jesus.
You're doing it right on him. Go on.
My God.
Get the license.
You're going to end up
Where's
crying.
the Lysol?
Sprayer.
Get the license.
Thank
It's
you.
counteracting it.
Counteractive.
Anyhow, you can see it works. I don't know what else to say. Go.
We're weird here.
Go.
Before.
Go. No, don't touch me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a big glob.
Did you do this as a married couple?
I am not sick
I wasn't
anymore.
married when I started.
Okay.
I've been
You're not sick anymore. It sounded like you just backed up your lung.
I just wondered if...
Did you start smoking?
Yeah.
It sounds like you got smoker's cough.
I mean, I didn't assume you're married. I just thought
talking like this.
So I wondered
Except that those
if it was...
candles.
Hi, my name's Nancy. I've been
Yeah,
smoking
no, I,
for 50 years.
candles we have twins, and so I have policies on my twins too.
Not counted in that?
Not counting that, yeah. But that one was started before I was
Just
married.
take my
and I
Keurig,
still have it, of
the
course,
garlic,
but I'm not
the
married.
ginger.
So.
Is it before the kids do?
Yeah.
Or that
Before
one?
the twins.
How old are your twins?
They're 7.
Girls, boys?
One each.
Oh, so they're not identical, obviously.
They're not.
Are they alike?
In some ways.
One transgender.
In some ways they are. They like being close to each other. They do everything together. They get along really well.
My kids are almost, I mean, they're not almost. They're a year and a half apart, but
That's
how they're always together. They're always. Is that Addie and Miles?
2 years.
My kids are together all the time.
Up until around 12 or 13.
God, do they fight?
Order online.
I love the fight where, don't look at me like that, fight, because I don't know what to do.
He touched me.
Bonnie's being abusive.
It is a bright light in the community of chiropractic right now. A neurological chiropractic.
And then he says you're a drama queen.
Who?
Bonnie will say that to his sister, you're a drama queen.
All girls at that age are drama queens.
And then for misalignment.
Tell me about it. I have 4.
So,
Yeah.
I get a call yesterday. She has 3 homework assignments and shopping for the school party, all due today, and it was Sunday at 1 in the afternoon.
Oh, man.
And so, I
Yeah.
had to play this. So,
Low radiation, digital,
we had to do a video.
chiropractic,
And then we had to do a paper bag project. We
We
put things in a bag that represent a book or a story you wrote. We already read. And then we had to go shopping. Now listen to this, Mark. They have a dress-up day each day of the week, culminating on Friday.
They give a
What, I said, what do kids do that don't have?
This guy.
Actually, buy an outfit for every day.
They explain
Green and
every
red
one, and
day,
it's
silver
definitely
day, this day,
recorded.
that. That's a lot of pressure for children.
And I think
Yeah. So what happens when you got a hard-working single mom or single dad that can't afford that?
They get bullied.
And then the kid gets bullied. And then Secret Santa, they give gifts every day till Friday.
Who?
I remember.
Well, my kids, they have to have a different outfit every day for school. You know, green and red day, silver day, snow day, whatever. And then they have to have a secret gift every day for 5 days. And then, in addition to the homework, so we're shopping. Then we had to put 10 things in a bag that represent this story she read, or this book she read. So all of this shit, I had to do it all in an afternoon.
They got you coming and going.
And not only that, but it was
That's why
all in an
public
afternoon.
school's much
Then
better.
I'm at Walmart, we're shopping, and everything I picked was wrong. So it's like, okay.
Did you talk to Cheryl at drawing a blank on a company? Plumbing.
What was it over?
Or Windows. Champion Windows?
No, it wasn't Champion Windows. I'll send you
What
an
did
email.
Champion say? Do they charge a service call?
I haven't talked to the man yet. I wonder if they charge a service call because of his location. I can't imagine they charge a service call for it. I just can't imagine.
I wouldn't mind a service call if they determine it's under warranty, then you don't.
Or if it's location and that was the original agreement on the warranty. You know, if they live in Vale.
Right. Oh, car warranties charged.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome! I am your troubleshooter, your consumer advocate, and we are fighting for you this hour, brought to you by Fix It 24/7. If you have a problem in your home, $39 to find it. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. $39 to find a problem. That's all. You know, a lot of people don't call because they don't know what it's going to cost, and some people start charging when they leave the door of their place. Some people start charging when they arrive at yours. But sometimes it can be so expensive. I mean, electrical can take hours, but $39, you're limited to $39. In fact, if you have the work done, they're going to take off that $39, so you don't even pay that. The only time you pay $39 is if you have the work, if you have it diagnosed, they write you an estimate, and you decide not to get it done. But it's worth $39, isn't it? FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Now that's $39 today because things are slow when it's warm. Fix it 24/7, 720-526-3939. I am your consumer advocate. We are fighting for you. Today we have calls coming in, all kinds of calls, and we will give you answers and give you help any way we can. We also have Joe Ciano with us for Become the Banker. Become the Banker. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think Become the Banker is appropriate for everyone. I have things that are appropriate for everyone, like, for example, Integra Insurance is appropriate for everyone because you need them. Integra Insurance, you need them. If you're going to get health insurance, you can't possibly do it alone, and you don't pay any more without it. But I would say personally Become the Banker wouldn't be for anyone in their 70s or 80s. That's just my hunch. Because really, the purpose of Become the Banker is to get a life insurance policy that allows you to invest cash to grow tax-free. And you don't really need the life insurance necessarily if you're older. You're going to pay too much for life insurance, in my opinion. And so I don't know. That's my opinion. 70s and 80s, I don't know. I think this is prime for people in their 30s or 40s or 50s. So how old were you when you did it? Let's just come right out and ask our guest, Brandy. Brandy, how old were you when you started your policy?
26.
26, and you decided to put how much a month in?
I actually put $20,000 per year in. I made an annual payment for 4 years.
For 20? Where'd you get that money?
I have been self-employed, and so I had it in my savings account, and I was at a workshop and learned about the Become the Banker system and decided that was the best place for it.
For 4 years?
For 4 years, and then my premium reduced to $8,000 a year, which is what I continue to pay now, and that's
But most of that went to cash.
Correct.
And then, in addition to that, your policy increased without you. Okay, so some of the dividend stuff, you have to increase your policy. Why can't I keep a policy, Joe, at like 100 or 200 grand and just have a whole boatload of cash? Why do I have to buy more insurance?
Because otherwise the policy will become taxable, Tom. See, we have
so the government says you have to have a policy to justify the savings.
Absolutely right. That is the rule of the IRS, to keep the policy totally tax-free.
Okay. And then, were you happy with the performance as opposed to keeping your money in the bank?
Absolutely.
Every year you would look, and what would you see? I mean, you're a person who did it. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Did you see modest growth, good growth, great growth? What did you see?
Right now I'm earning about $1 for dollar, so every year I put my $8,000 in, and it becomes $16,000, $17,000.
Come on.
It's true. As the policy
But how does that happen at 4%? That's the part I don't understand, Joe.
Not only the 4%, Tom, but there's also dividends.
But isn't a dividend only 1%? Yeah, we were supposed to. Right?
But it's compounding.
Oh!
It's compounding.
Okay. So you get paid on interest if you keep it in there.
Absolutely right.
Have you borrowed against your policy?
I have.
Okay. How many times would you say, if you look back over 10 years, how many times? A dozen or more?
Probably around a dozen.
I'm going to talk about that coming up. 303-713-TALK. What's going on with Kayla? Kayla, what's happening? Kayla, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, what's going on, sir? Kayla? What's happening? And you can call me Tom. What's going on?
Hi, sir. Thank you for having me on your show.
Okay.
What ended up happening was my vehicle was stolen from me at the end of November.
Stolen?
I found my vehicle. Yeah, I found my vehicle myself December 3rd.
Where was it? Where did you find it?
I found it in Montbello.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you find it? How did you were driving around, you saw your car?
No, I was driving up and down literally every street. So I would go all the way to one end and come back down the other side.
All right, so it was stolen. How long did it take you to find it? How long had it been missing?
About 2 weeks.
All right, so in 2 weeks you found it, and that's incredible. Okay, and then you called the cops and said, I found my car?
Right, and they came and released the vehicle to me, gave me all my paperwork, but the car didn't have a key to it now, so I had to have my vehicle towed from there to my family member's house.
Okay.
So I called a friend of mine, which is a tow truck driver.
Yeah.
I called him and told him that I needed the car towed. He told me he started working for Wyatt Towing and he would tow it for me.
Okay.
He came and towed the vehicle to me. I have all of the correspondence.
What's the problem? Yeah, they towed it to your house or your friend's house or whatever. What happened then?
Where they towed it to, I left to go get the key and came back no later than an hour and a half, and the car was gone again.
Wait, you had it towed to your family's house.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went to get a key, and when you got back, it was no longer at your family's house.
Correct.
Where was it?
It was on the street on the side of my family member's house.
Oh, that's where they put it.
Right, that's where he dropped it at.
Okay. And you found it there finally.
No. This is where I had it towed to once I found it.
Okay, and then no, you're not going to tell me that it got towed again.
Yes.
Who towed it? Who towed it again?
Wyatt Towing.
No, wait a minute. If Wyatt's just dropped it off and they know you were going to get a key, would your friend tow it again?
No, what I think what ended up happening is that my friend didn't file the report with Wyatt's Towing. So they didn't know, I guess, about the tow, that he had even towed it.
Then who called to have it towed again?
The property manager.
Well, you said it was on the street.
Correct. It was on a public street with no signage.
Then wait, it wouldn't matter. Why would a property manager have the authority to have something towed from a public street?
Exactly.
And was it outside an apartment complex?
No, it's in motor homes. I mean, not motor homes.
Trailer park.
Mobile homes, correct.
And it was not on their property.
No, it is inside of their gate, but there's open street throughout the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, but that's private property, ma'am.
But hold on. Wyatt's dropped it and Wyatt's towed it. Am I correct in saying that?
Okay, her friend who works for Wyatt's probably did it off the books, she said. And then dropped it next to her mom's or friend's or family's trailer.
And then Wyatt's is in charge of that.
She went to get a key, and the property manager calls Wyatt's and says, "There's a car here abandoned. Come and get it." Everything so far, Kayla, seems proper. It doesn't seem...
Right.
Okay.
Right, but this is my
Go ahead.
Thing.
Then what?
Property management doesn't come in until 9 o'clock. My car was towed before 6 o'clock in the morning. So
but they must... Well, it doesn't matter. Sometimes they have a standing... Kayla?
Wyatt Towing has with Hillcrest Village states that the property owner only can authorize it.
Kayla? That depends on who... I mean, if Wyatt's is the tow company, they could have what's called open authorization for anyone or any vehicle, that's left there or that looks askance. They can say, hey, you know what, this doesn't look right. Or it looks askew, I should say. And they say, hey, it doesn't look right. We need to take this car. And I don't know, but what I'm saying is that if that trailer park isn't signed properly, however, with a car that has an expired anything, they don't have to have a sign. Was it expired?
Yes, but you do have to put a warning on the vehicle if the car does not have tags on it that are legally.
Okay, and they didn't warn you of anything. I do believe you're right as far as warnings go. So listen, This sounds weird. So did you find out who called Wyatt's?
Yes.
Who?
So I went to...
just tell me who.
Hannell.
Who?
Noel Hannell.
But who is it?
He's the manager at Hillcrest Village, and he called. I went up there and spoke to him.
So he did call. He did call.
Right, but he called also Wyatt's Towing to release my vehicle also.
Yeah, but you still have to pay, unfortunately.
No, that was the whole reasoning on Wyatt's Towing, telling me to have the property manager call him so that he would release the vehicle. Okay. What did Wyatt's live up to that? When the property manager called, did they tow it back free, or did they release it free? No, what ended up happening was then the property owner, I guess, and him had spoke, and then when I went up there to go get my vehicle, she said we still haven't spoke to him. So now I'm going back and forth for 3 days.
And then what?
So then I called up there again because I had the property manager call.
All right, can you tell me the end result, Kayla? What was the end result?
The end result was that she told me I owed $861.
Oh, my God.
And what does the property owner say now?
The property owner is saying that, you know, yeah, we didn't have an idea that was going on. He said, but there's a sign on the front of the property that says where you can't tow, but the front of the property doesn't have that. All it says is why it's towing. And
listen, Kayla. Listen, I'm telling you, man, this is the only thing you can do right now to get your car. They're not going to let it go. If you can muster up...
I've already called the councilman from my city. I've already called
I was going to say, what we should do is if you could get that from them and pay it and then take them to small claims court, if you're telling the truth about no signage whatsoever, I don't see how they can win. And you'd get your money back. But you don't have the money to do that, do you?
No, sir. Considering the fact that it is Christmas time, I wasn't prepared for this. Oh,
man, this sucks. Okay, so Wyatt's has your truck right now, or excuse me, your car, and will not let it go.
No, and I totally agree with what you're saying as far as everything goes. It's just that, you know, since this happened to me, I've been reading the Colorado Revised Statutes and the PUC code for this.
Yes.
And they violated at least 8 different things that were supposed to be done in an order, you know, the procedure for it to happen. And those weren't followed in any way.
Listen, your Bluetooth or something's going. Kayla, I believe you. If you're telling me what you're telling me, I believe you. The problem is getting your car out in order to get your money back. Because the longer your car stays there, listen, let's just at least give Wyatt's a call and try to work on this off the air first. All right, hold on. Dan, do you want to, after the show, I don't think there's anything you can do now. Just hold on, all right? Kayla, this sucks, okay? We're going to try to help you. And, man, this sucks. All right, Gabe, what's going on with you, Gabe?
How you doing, Mr. Tom? Hey, have you ever heard of a device called Plumber Hero?
Plumber Hero. What does it do?
It's a shut-off valve that it shuts itself off and it detects a leak in the valve.
Yes, I've heard of similar. Hold on, I've heard of similar products, and we'll talk about them coming up, okay? Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Santa Claus is coming to town December 22nd. That's Saturday, right? Let me make sure of that. Is the 22nd Saturday? Yes. And Santa Claus is going to be there. So here's what you do. 63rd and Federal, whether you're buying a car, truck, SUV, van, or whatever, or if you want to look at some, they're fun. They have a big selection up there. Take the kids to see Santa, and that is December 22nd. He's going to be there, and you ought to go, get a photo with Santa, and have some fun. And it will be something to remember. Why? Because you can look at cars too. The prices are clearly marked, and you will love, absolutely love, what you see there. That's 63rd and Federal coming up, and it is this Saturday coming up. Again, Mark and I always argue about what's this Saturday and what's next Saturday, but I'm not going to get into that right now. All I'm telling you is, right now you can go and have your picture taken with Santa, your kids, and that is Saturday the 22nd, at Rockies, 63rd and Federal, 303-426-4646.
This stupid thing I just did.
Well, she really went round and round on that one. She couldn't draw 5 minutes on
What
that.
is wrong with this?
I don't know if, I don't know.
What don't you know?
Just on Wyatt.
She had mentioned her
If they dropped her, if that friend dropped it off, I think Wyatt's needs to cover this. I don't care if
the friend did it for free.
Yeah, the friend.
Oh, on their dime.
Yeah. Right.
Right now, most
That's what it sounds like. So he couldn't, or he did it for cash for her. So he couldn't report it that, hey, we just dropped it off.
Right.
spread holiday cheer with Panera Bread gift cards.
God almighty, why did I lose that?
But $800 after 3 days is quite a bit.
Why?
Isn't that a lot for 3 days?
I don't know where they towed it to. The tow's going to be the biggest part. I think they can only charge, what's in town, 50 a day, top?
Hey, Carl, you know, Brandy's kind of a, you know, she can actually talk about all the places that she used the policy for, all the things that she used it for, yeah, which is phenomenal.
What's your small business, Brandy?
I do help desk and coding and billing for chiropractors.
For chiropractors?
Yeah.
Do you use stem cells?
Some of my offices are, I've done stem cells, yeah. But some of my offices are stem cell offices.
Back, shoulders, hands. They can repair most ACL tears with a needle instead of a knife. Before you have surgery.
So does the coding say fake stem cells?
No, it doesn't say that.
If you've heard the show, we're
yeah,
pretty big on that.
Not all stem cells are created equal, for sure.
303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referrallist.com.
If you've saved a lot for retirement, you feel pretty good. But without some advanced, comprehensive planning, taxes could be your biggest expense in retirement.
Lost.
This is Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, heard every Saturday here on 630 KHOW. As a comprehensive retirement planner and with my background as a CPA, having practiced in taxes
Mark,
for more than 20
I wanted to
years
show you
in
this.
Colorado,
This is that annuity we were talking about. Not an email at all. It's easy to have. I just wanted to get a chance to see your trade first. So I just picked a, you know, like a 65-year-old that's retired there for $100,000. Just to give you an idea. Basically, what happens is you get 10%.
You're not selling this. You're not selling this to 70 and 80-year-olds, are you?
This?
Yeah. Some of them are.
Some do have them, but this annuity not so much. No, this is for what we were talking about last in our meeting.
Become the banker for a 70 or 80-year-old.
You'd be surprised if it's that afford.
We got a couple of people.
We can show you it.
That I actually it works for us. We had a lady that's 72 years old that's bought it.
So that's going to be
See, the older you are, the more you
need billions of dollars.
So what, you know, dude,
it's just based on current.
the age brackets that we concentrate on within 35 and 60.
I understand that, but I mean, if a person, there's plenty of places a 73-year-old woman could put cash, that would be a little better for her than this, because this is like, I mean,
not that.
she has no horizon. She has no horizon for growth.
Right.
Come on, man. I mean, even to make it up.
It goes up, go up, 15 years. So really, you can see the growth. It's just based on how I initially invested, which is like.
If she had
Is he talking about become the banker there or something else?
No, that's
different. Yeah. And then, so this is the key thing. This is what people get in there. So if this account grew to $600,000 and I need $200 a year, 12,000 a year doesn't seem like a lot. But when you start, you know, saying, if you trade that basically in 15 years, essentially if it was a 401k, well, this will continue to pay, you know, past, all the way to 1,800. We're going to get, you know, this is showing it step up every year, but he's not going to get that step up. Whatever year he takes it in, that'll be his pension for the rest of his life. So this is the product I wanted to show because we were talking about that. And if he needs long-term care, it automatically doubles. So if he needs a nursing facility, instead of 12,000, it'd be 20.
Frost Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
His family passes away, and we'll get that down. So it's just a great alternative for some people that don't have, you know, maybe they have a 401k or something of that sort. I'll show you after this commercial.
Hey, on that answer you just put up, did you see how old that furnace was? Did you read that?
Well, I don't know, but if it's not cracked, it's not cracked.
Well, I can't imagine it's not.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Well, GoCamSolar.com is getting a great response. That's the website. The name of the company is Cam Solar. They're getting a great response, and I appreciate you trusting them. They're run by geeks, engineers. Trust me, they don't even know how to be cheaters. And so many people in the solar business come and go. These guys have been around a long time, and they hope to be around long enough to honor all of these warranties, although they're also backed up by the manufacturers. Their warranties stem from 20 to 25 years for components and labor. And as I said, most of those backed up by the manufacturer as well. But you may not be a candidate for solar. It's good for the planet. It's good for you. You freeze your energy bills right now. You pay monthly payments cheaper than electricity from the beginning, right as soon as it's built, I mean. So that's gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. We'll get you a form to fill out, and you'll see if you're a candidate. But here's the deal. If you are a candidate, you'll save money paying off the system. No money out of your pocket, no down payment. Just a normal monthly bill instead of electric. Once you pay that off, you have no energy bills. gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter. Now, Gabe wants to know about Plumber Hero or Plumber's Hero, Plumbing Hero, whatever. There are so many products like this.
Yeah, I saw a bunch.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. And they're designed to sense either water wetness when it's leaking or flow and turn off the main water if the flow is it matches a certain pattern. So if you're out of town or you're not home, it really can save your home. Now, Gabe, what did you want to know about it? I think the biggest thing is getting a good device and having it installed properly. So where did you find out about this, Gabe?
I was thinking about it because we have a 12-unit apartment, and we have issues that some of the pipes break, and sometimes the people are at work, and it's a nightmare. Are you
an owner?
No, I'm the manager, and the owner wants me to check into it. I told her about it.
It is a great idea.
Something like that?
Huh?
And she was asking if they make something like that. And I
yes,
said,
they do.
Yeah, so I Googled it, and she said, I don't like Google. They might be a scam.
No, but listen, Gabe, I'm not suggesting you just go with Plumber's Hero or Plumbing Hero because you found it. I would go to a good company on our referral list and have them do it and have them find a product that they know works. But if you're asking if they work, they sure as hell do work. Now, the units themselves can be around 500. Mark, what did you find?
Well, anywhere from $99 up, and that's not installed.
No. And then installation is shutting off water and installing it. And it depends on how many sensors you need. If it's a big installation, you need sensors in certain areas, and then there are some that work on flow, if water is constantly flowing. Now, in your apartment situation, you probably wouldn't want one based on flow. But here's the deal. You may need sensors at multiple locations. Then they also have them that text you or notify you automatically.
Right.
So you get what you pay for. The more features, the more money. How much did you find this Hero device for?
It didn't show me a price. That's why I was asking you. It doesn't show a price. It wants me to...
No, I would not go to the device to have it installed. I would go to a plumber that I know and trust and have them supply it and install it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jackie, what's going on with you, Jackie?
Yes, they called me from Social Security.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't, because no one calls you from Social Security.
Who is that? I have the phone number to return their call. I called them back. They said I had to call them back. I understand that. But I want to tell you, I know. And I told them I'm going to call the police and I'm going to call you. And they said, who was this? And what? It's stupid. How can they do this?
Yeah, they do it all the time, Jackie. At least you didn't fall for it, right?
No, but I think I want to tell you about it.
Yes.
They leave me a number.
Oh, they did?
That I could call back.
Hey, hold on, Suzanne. Get that number from her. Okay, and then get Jackie's last name.
Will do, Tom.
Thank you. 303-713-8255. Okay, so let's talk to become the banker client who did this 10 years ago. She says right now with the compounding, for every dollar she puts in, it grows by that, an extra dollar. And she says her policy's being paid for at the same time for $8,000. And then she's got near $200,000. And she said it's better growth than she could find anywhere else for the amount of money she put in. And she has insurance coverage. So when was the first time you borrowed money from yourself?
The first time was probably the first couple of years after I started.
What did you borrow for?
I believe it was for some landscaping I was doing at my house.
And instead of putting it on a credit card, then you just... And what's the process like to get money?
I filled out a one-page document that just listed my bank account that I wanted my money put into.
And overnight?
It took, I think, 2 to 3 days.
And
I
after
had,
the money was there, you used it.
for whatever I wanted.
And how'd you pay? And did you choose to pay yourself back with extra interest?
I did. I paid myself back with extra interest.
How much did you pay yourself back total interest?
I think I usually pay myself 8 to 10% interest.
And then about 4% is charged for against,
Correct.
And then so you made an extra 4% on top of that.
Exactly.
And that went into your cash value.
It did.
And you did this. What's the biggest thing you bought with the policy?
My Escalade.
Financed your own car.
You did an Escalade? And how long of a period did you finance it for?
I did that one for 3 years, and I have 1 year left on it.
And so you're paying yourself, you're your own car loan.
Right.
And how much interest are you paying yourself?
I charge myself 8% on that.
This is a pretty cool system. And you did not miss a lick when it came to earning on that.
Correct.
You've been earning, so that the 4% you're earning against that money is a wash, and then the extra 4% you're putting in goes to your bottom line.
That's right.
Suzanne, who is that?
So you know Lori who wrote us about Tom's rant, and you challenged her to come in?
You mean she came in this quickly?
She did.
Oh, my goodness.
She's a sweetheart,
She
Tom.
said she doesn't like me, and you had her come in right away? My God. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Okay, we'll talk to her. 713-8255. I did challenge her to come in, and I was going to cure her.
Oh, you're going to cure her?
No.
On air?
No, not on air. 303-713-8255. Okay, we do have to get to this. And by the way, this truly is something that has made people depressed and has caused suicides. It is a subject that I don't want to make light of. Tinnitus. People, sometimes, they don't know what to do. Tinnitus has driven people crazy, for lack of a better word. But tinnitus can be treated. It can be minimized. It can be eradicated in some cases. And the people I trust, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. If you have a hearing loss, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. If you have tinnitus, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. The number is 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. They're at Clarkson and Hamden. Give yourself a gift this year, a gift of hearing and eradicating tinnitus. 303-534-0163. This is...
So it's the depression lady, huh?
I just figured we'd put her next to Jordan. Tom, Lori, Tom.
Lori, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your background? What's your background?
I'm extra.
Have all-
Yeah, I thought you had the other one.
I do. I just wanted to, why don't we just plug these in? These are the big ones?
No, the regular.
Wait. Look what I
Should
got
have
for
a
you.
regular
Look what I got for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
It's there for you.
You want to sit over here?
Do you mind? I'm on.
That's why I gave him my shirt.
Yeah, I know. Okay, there's the ones I was looking for. Okay, you're right here, Lori. You must be on the phone.
I want to be on the.
Oh, you don't have to, but you'll want to sit here and say hi.
I'm so depressed and crying. I don't think I could even face it.
That's right.
So 128 is what you put in total, but now you're at 170, right? So that's a huge growth. I mean, I think that's an important number. So you know, just to stay be like, you know, I've been able to do this. I used to all these years, but I only had 120, say 120,000, and now I have 170. I mean, that shows the power of growth. I've used it this whole time. Unlike 401k. You know, I think it's just to make that point to try.
Okay, I'm going to keep the mic with you because she doesn't want to talk on the air. I just want to have her.
If you want, feel free to take it. I'm Jordan.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
But yeah, feel free if you want to. Just pop this button on and you can talk with him. Simple as that.
There you go. One ear works, the other.
I'm just here for him to fix me.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be on the air.
That's good.
Fix me in 15 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, I'll make it 15 minutes.
I have 4 brothers, and he doesn't scare me.
Oh, I agree.
So I'm here to be fixed.
And we're worth you. We're
Yeah.
here as guests
Okay,
as well. So.
I was out driving around on my vacation until January 2nd, and I thought, how much fun would that be to take Tom Martino up on his little show?
I love it. It's a smart move. I think it's always good to do that. He's true and true out. He'll make sure he does what he says.
Well, I've called into the show several times and emailed Suzanne several times about this issue, that issue over the years. And so I thought, it's funny how you conjure up an image of what Tom looks like.
Yeah.
And I knew what Tom looked like. I thought he would be taller.
It's amazing what you think.
Don't say that because you're going to make him depressed. That's too funny.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, he's my height.
How tall are you?
5'7", 5'6".
Oh, yeah, I'm 5'10".
Yeah,
Yeah, I have 4 brothers, 3 of them are 4.
If you or someone you know is abusing,
I won't say what I said because Tom will be depressed. Hey, Tom, I brought you some of the products that we sell our new stuff. You'll love this.
Abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-5559. That's 720-893-5559. The Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program located here in
I know
Colorado.
it's not my territory, so I don't call him, but I know
all evidence-based
Yeah.
Do you do only
designed to
dentists?
help
I do.
reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help you need.
I don't really want to be on the air, Tom. I just want you to fix me because you said
But you can say hi.
The Raleigh
I can.
House, 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. Call today. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and I trust. Fix it 24/7.
You have an image of what things look. Hey, Mark.
They had, I'm sorry, excuse me one sec. They had his neighbor came over and said there was no cracks as I'm digging into this.
Oh.
I've got someone heading out there today or tomorrow.
How did his neighbor determine that?
Once he said that, I said, is there anything in writing from the second opinion you got? He goes, well. Anyhow, I got someone going out there today.
How old's the furnace?
25 years old. But, as Tom said, that doesn't matter. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. There's either a crack or there's
there
not.
could be a recommended replacement, but you don't say it's cracked.
Well, and why they're really upset is because, they went out, they looked at it. I said, well, why'd you call them out in the first place? Was it running or what? And he goes, no, we just wanted to have it checked out, but it was running fine.
Yeah, he did the furnace cleaning check.
Yeah. So, when they found the heat exchanger apparently was cracked, of course, they basically didn't put it back together. So they haven't had heat for 2 or 3 days. That's where it's coming from.
So is the exchanger exposed?
Nope. It sounds like it is now. It sounds like they left it exposed. They tore it apart pretty good.
You can't remove an exchanger.
Well, no, but you can remove everything around it.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I told you about Santa, right? But hold on.
I kind of was half-assed in that information because I didn't have the time and I was looking for it and I was scrambling. So where is it? Here it is. Santa is coming. And it is from noon to 2 on Saturday, this Saturday, noon to 2. And Shagman and Officer Odell will also be there, so you can take free pictures. All right, 63rd and Federal. I got that. And also, I told you about Colorado tinnitus, and what I forgot to tell you is that you can get free evaluations of all that stuff, okay? And also the Raleigh House. This time of year is really hard on addiction, on people with addictions. So, if you're self-medicating, or you find yourself drinking or wanting to and doing all that stuff, you can call, if you have people in your life that are addicts, you can call for information, theraleighouse.com. The Raleigh House doesn't expect you to sign up. Listen, there are all kinds of programs available. The Raleigh House, honest to goodness, will point you to one that's best for you, or just give you information. So call them on any question at all about addiction. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. All right, so we were talking to someone who has become the banker policy herself. I told you I want to talk to somebody who actually does it, and we're going to be hearing more from her. She borrowed from it to buy an Escalade. She also bought some other stuff, landscaping, and pays herself back in order to build a cash account. She has nearly $200,000, and she feels like it's the best return she could get Plus, she has life insurance for herself. You know, and she has 2 young kids, so having life insurance was a good comfort to her. Dana, you have a question on an accident. What's going on, Dana?
Hey, so my car was hit, and the gentleman's car who hit me has Allstate, and I called to file a claim.
Well, you know, here's the thing, and again, I sound like a broken record for regular listeners, but it's not your place to call his company to file a claim. It's not your place, and you shouldn't have to do it. But okay, so you called Allstate, and they're a terrible company, so go ahead. What happened?
Well, the woman told me that his insurance was canceled like 3 weeks before the accident. Now, my question is, I mean, how do I know if she's telling me the truth or not?
Well, I don't think they'd lie. While I say they're a terrible company, I don't think they're out-and-out liars, but I mean, I don't know. You know, it's a good question. He had to show an insurance card at the accident, did he, on the police report?
Yes.
Okay. Now you go to the officer and you amend the complaint for driving without insurance. And then if that officer will verify it before he issues the ticket. But that officer should be willing to amend the complaint. And you tell him you need that done for your case.
And why do I need that done?
Well, you need it done for the judge to order reimbursement if it's his fault. Was it his fault? Is it a clear-cut case?
Yes, it was his fault.
Well, tell me the issue.
Well, I mean, the damage to my car is probably about $1,500, and it is drivable. But
I understand. But how did he do it? Did he run a stop sign or what?
Yeah, he made a illegal left turn without yielding.
Is he denying it or is he admitting to it?
I don't know at this point because all I have is the police report form. And
okay,
are you saying
you get the complaint amended, and then you file a small claim against him for the damage to your car.
I see.
Okay, and that's how you handle it. What were you going to ask? I never let you ask your question. What's your question?
Well, should I report this to my insurance company?
Well, if you have full coverage, you can. What year is your car?
It's a 2000. I do not have full coverage.
Well, then why do you report it? Unless they require it. If they require it by policy, you need to. But if you're not putting in a claim, you don't have to. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Some want to know no matter what, so they can just ding you. I say if you're not filing a claim, the hell with them. That's what I say for me. So
very good.
Here's the deal, man. You do what you feel is right, and you go after that guy for the damage, and you sue him, and you use your evidence. But, you know, you may not win. I don't know if it was his fault or not, or her fault or whoever. But that's the way you do it. You don't have to mess with Allstate, but I would have the complaint amended in order for you to have more power when you go to court to get reimbursement. And that's, you show up at his trial, too. Well, hold on. Was he ticketed? I forgot to ask you. Dana, was he ticketed at all?
Yes, he was.
For what?
Failure to yield.
All right, if you get the ticket amended, make sure you show up when he goes to court. If it's not amended, the officer will not amend it. You make sure you show up. And you can ask Allstate for something in writing. Tell them you need to go to court and be reimbursed, and you need something in writing. So either way, show up at court, and you can ask the court based on the case number, since you're a victim, that you need to be advised of the hearing. 303-713-8255. Nicole, I was told, held last week and didn't get on. So, Nicole, what's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi,
so
Nicole.
I actually called out Colorado Discount Heating and Cooling because we have a 3-level home and the top floor heat was not working at all.
Okay.
So they came out and told me that...
How'd you find this place?
I had a coupon mailer that came in the mail that had, you know, coupon for...
And they're called Discount?
Colorado Discount Heating and Cooling.
Okay. So what happened?
So my husband works long hours, and I have several health issues, so I'm kind of home dealing with everything, and these two gentlemen came into my house. They told me that there was one of the valves on my boiler.
You have a boiler. You have a boiler.
A massive boiler.
All right, hold on, and we'll come back to your boiler question. 303-713-8255. DenverEgressWindow.com. DenverEgressWindow.com will take you to a site where you'll see some extraordinary work. Do you know what egress windows are? Well, you know what a window well is? You know what they call it? You know, that pit with the window in it. Well, they have to be safe, secure. You want to keep them from leaking, and many times the way builders put in that old corrugated steel, it wears out. You get a new one. Get it rebuilt with Denver Egress Window, or get one put in if you don't have one, or get that little one from the old houses, get it expanded to be really safe and effective. And they can even do, listen to this, if you have a flat lot and you have a nice basement, you can do a walkout basement. I know it sounds crazy, but you can. Terrace down to a patio into a walkout basement. You got to go to DenverEgressWindow.com to find out more, or give them a call, 720-626-4221. 720-626-4221.
This report is sponsored by
Was that before or after the devil inspired me?
Pretty good shape, but crash and construction clogging up. Because we're satanic with our love. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what that originally was for? Back when the company was founded in the late 1800s, James Gamble, they had to come up with some sort of sign because a lot of the guys who would load the ships on the docks could not read. So they came up with the moving stars, and the stars represented the colonies. And I don't know what the moon is about. And so people just decide that too, some satanic thing.
Well, so Starbucks, everything is satanic.
I know.
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. Did you ever hear that?
I just looked it up. I did not.
Yeah, it hasn't surfaced in a long time.
Oh no, it hasn't.
Yeah, there's always something.
It looks pretty feasible though, no matter what.
Or hold on, you ought to look about. Hold on. You ever hear about the satanic influences at DIA?
Oh, the train or something?
The horse.
Oh, the horse.
And all
the horse, of course.
And the symbolism, right?
Oh, the symbolism or the tense?
Most likely true. Once again,
I know the horse's eyes are
scary.
That's hard.
And then the guy killed himself, right?
No, the horse killed him.
Oh, the horse killed him.
Yeah, that's
Is it true?
Yeah, somebody got the artist killed the artist.
The artist died.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that is true.
By the horse.
I don't know. Of course.
Oh, the horse.
Yeah, horse, of course. And no one can talk to a horse, of course.
You know the first one.
Don't make me sing it, Mark.
You know the first one to hold a license, a pilot's license, in the entire world.
Yes. Wright brothers.
HormoneBros.com or the
No,
hormone.
no, I can't. No, it was. You know what that was? I forgot about it. But wait, shoot, there was something about. He was the first one, but there was something. No, I was thinking about something else. The Jefferson. You know the guy Jefferson, our terminal's named after him.
I didn't even know that. No.
His story.
Jefferson.
He was flying the mail. He was flying the mail. And at bad weather, he couldn't see. So he went out in good weather and said, if I'm here and I can't see that runway, I would have to fly in this direction for so many miles. He timed it. And then I would have to descend at this much.
So he created IFRs.
But he wrote down every airport he went to. He wrote an approach on how to get into it without seeing. But then he couldn't just do it because he had to know where the landmarks were, the outer markers. So from that outer marker, he knew if he flew a certain direction and descended a certain, eventually he'd break out over the runway.
First IFR.
So yes, but in order to do it, he had to have farmers light fires.
Tony, I gotta ask you this while it's fresh in my head for the show out loud. He didn't want to hold. If you're lending yourself the money through Become the Banker, is there a third party you can use to write off your interest, or so your interest is tax deductible? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, if you're self-employed.
Self-employed. Okay, and then
with corporations.
Yeah.
I have a chiropractor problem coming on, and I'm using Dr. Mike as an expert. Okay.
I can't believe you just let any nut in here, by the way.
Did you hear him?
Hey, Tom.
Lori, did you meet Mark? He said, I can't believe you just let any nut in here, by the way.
way.
So
So
make me come
you
over there.
can smack them if you want. I'm coming over there.
How long have you been listening?
About 156 years.
When you were about 12 at that time.
Exactly.
So,
By the way, the right
so he had the farmer's mark light fires. Of course. And those fires became his markers, and then those fires were replaced by VOR radios. And then, Mark, those fires were replaced by VOR radios. And then he wrote them up, and then he started giving them to his friends. And his friends started using him, and that's how Jefferson's charts, the aviation charts, got started. His name was Ellery. That's what I wanted to say. But on his license, this is what I want. The first license that Wilbur Wright was, or Orville Wright, one of them, was the administrator of the FAA, because he made himself that, because there was no FAA. So he issued licenses.
The Kraken's under the ocean.
Muck Kraken.
No. So Orville Wright, or Wilbur, one of them, signed Jefferson's
Johnny
Depp. He issued it. He issued it, and he spelled his name wrong.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Simply Floors, Inc. During the holidays, you're looking to save money, simplyfloorsinc.com. The southwest corner of 52nd and Ward is the showroom, and you can drop by anytime you want, or go to Simply Floors, Inc. and make an appointment. Here's the message there. All the same floor coverings as the big guys, but less money. He just charges less, period. And that's simplyfloorsinc.com. 20% normal, 30, 40% not unheard of, even half sometimes. Simplyfloorsinc.com. 303-713-TALK. So, Nicole, you have a boiler. The guy said it's leaking. What's happening?
So we have, I think, it was 4 valves. He pointed out the leak, you know, so I definitely saw that it was leaking. He kind of gave me a, this is dangerous, you're lucky your house didn't flood, you know, spiel that he went on about forever. And then they told me that, you know, they drew up their little invoice and came back to me and told me it was going to be $3,500. So I've...
Wait,
you know,
$3,500? That's not bad. For a boiler replacement?
No. Just to fix the valve.
Oh, my. $3,500?
$3,500.
How old is the
boilers are pretty old. I mean, we bought the house probably 3 years ago. So this is really the first time I've ever dealt
did you
with
have them
a
fix
heating
the
company.
Did you have them fix the boiler?
I did. So I ended up paying $3,594.
This is what are you kidding? I had my entire boiler replaced for $65.
And not only that, I know. Not only that, Tom, I had another company come out because we've had issues with it not working since. And this local company, I'm in Evergreen. This local company that came out was, I mean, he told me that this was highway robbery. They charged me $569 to put in a spiral vent air eliminator. They never put that in.
Okay, listen. The $3,500, by the way, may not be unreasonable if they did a valve and had to shut down and evacuate the whole system and do it properly. What I'm saying is it wasn't worth it because you should have gotten a new boiler. So they also charge you for some kind of air what?
Air eliminator.
Okay. So, what else? I mean, what else? So did you call these guys, or are you going to take them to small claims court, or what?
Yes, I called them several times. So I had to call them back out because our middle level floor was not working. And, you know, let me back up just a minute. So after I paid that $3,500, or $3,600 pretty much, the guy came back to me and said, you know, we can't get the system to kick on. We think.
Well, where does it stand right now, Nicole? Did these guys couldn't have done everything to you? I mean, you were having trouble before they came out, right?
Well, yeah, there was a leaking valve, but I think they took advantage of me. They charged me $411 to add a new thermostat after they already charged me $3,500.
Okay. By the way, I know that sounds like a lot of money, but it's not nowadays for a thermostat and the rewiring. But listen, here's what I want to know. What are you calling about? What are you
So
calling about?
they will not call me back.
Okay.
I
And did they do the valve that they said they would?
They did.
Okay.
They replaced they fixed the valve.
Is it not leaking? Is it not leaking?
It's not leaking now, no. But there's our middle level heat is not working correctly.
I think I think that you were taken advantage of. Yes, but they did what they said. They except for that one thing. The one thing they didn't do was how much? $500.
$569.
I would take in the small claims court and take for the $561. Now we'll call them too. I mean, listen, this doesn't sound like a great company to me, but I don't know the condition of your boiler or anything. Did this other company you have come out?
Yes, and he told me they charged me ridiculous prices for everything.
Well, of course, and that's hindsight. Of course it is. But you paid it. You see, there's nothing I can do when you approved it, and they did the work. If they didn't do the work, like this $561, then we have something. But what I want to know is this new company, do they feel your boiler needs replacing?
No, they think that I just have a small little issue with the heating, some type of heating valve that doesn't go high enough. So he ordered me a new one.
What do you mean doesn't go high enough? What does that mean?
I guess he said the size of the boiler that I have needs I'm not sure exactly what the piece is called.
A pressure relief valve?
I think so. I think that's it.
Yeah, so it's letting out pressure too soon and not circulating. Okay, so in order to evacuate the system properly, you need to replace that in order to hold pressure. Listen, when it comes to boilers, they're very. I love the heat, by the way, if they work. So listen, but if I were you, there's a guy, Andy, at Fix It 24/7, and that's the only guy I would talk to about my boiler. But if you have someone you trust, I'm not going to throw stones at the guy. But if you want us to help you with that $561 while you file a small claim, we'd be happy to. Okay, so Suzanne, get her name and number if she wants us to call Colorado Discount Heating. We can place a call. This hour's over. Then we're going to go into detail, become the banker with someone who actually did it. And then we have a friend who stopped by who said I am obnoxious and disgusting and whatever and crazy or because of my stance on depression. Now, she doesn't want to go on the air, but we are going to talk. And she's having fun being here. And I can't believe Suzanne invited someone in who says I'm a fool. But she did. And so now I'm sitting here feeling a little uncomfortable. If you're...
What was the exact words?
You are a piece of work.
Yeah. That's what he said. He's a piece of work.
I just want to be fixed.
Do you have another hour?
Yeah, I'm on vacation till the 2nd.
When you're off, I'm serious now. We'll talk when I'm off the air, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Troubleshooter. If you've ever bought office furniture, you know how expensive and frustrating it can be, but no longer. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for everything for offices. With personal attention, great prices, and large quantities of office furniture in stock. Everything for Offices is your very best source. Chairs, desks, cubicles, and more, and they will help design your office layout for free. Their beautiful new showroom is conveniently located right off I-225 in Aurora. Learn more at everythingforoffices.com. That's everythingforoffices.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Kaplis and Kafer afternoons, HOW, Denver.
A 0% chance of recession.
Great.
That's the probability the head of the White House Council of Economic Advisors says he would side with, rejecting the argument from some economists that trouble in the Chinese and European economies will spread here.
Oh, they're so full of crap that they think we're immune to a recession.
This week, it's something to be concerned about. But don't forget that the U.S. is really disconnected from that. We're growing at a very, very high rate because we're affected by some really bad policies.
And the Council plans on figuring out what's investing immensely in the U.S. economy to continue growth in India and expect to finish this defense at over 3%. There's another small on the trade dispute with China.
What is Mark
Director
doing?
James Comey back on Capitol Hill, spending hours more
He was
time
calling
outdoors
me. Oh,
with
he's there,
two
okay.
congressional
I
committees,
thought he stepped down.
focusing in part on what led to the Russia probe. Fox's John Decker, live at the White House.
Republican North Carolina Congressman
Tom, I've
Mark
got some real
Meadows
figures
wants
up
to
if you wanted to see what a
request
70-year-old looks like.
That one he became
Just
aware
what we
of
do. I mean, it's
Democratic
different
Party
from what we do.
The FBI relied
Honest to
on
God,
wiretap
there's not in any shape, way, or form
seemed to indicate the other day
the entire philosophy you preach is time and growth.
find that very hard.
I
But
mean,
it's for like
I
CD
could-
replacements. It's like for somebody that has like 100,000 or something like that. For somebody to sit in the bank.
Keep your goddamn 100,000 or put it in a money market. I'm saying don't go and buy cost of insurance when you're 80 years old. For God's sake.
I mean,
Well, you're right. I would be shocked. In fact, I would campaign against it. I mean, look at it. Jordan, I don't give a shit. I would campaign against it.
I mean,
Okay, show me. Show me.
So where we got? We got 70-year-old.
Yeah,
just
a 70-year-old. Yeah.
So obviously the cash, you get up to 95,000 available day one. Initial death benefit, they double it already. I mean, you're not given half the story. They're 130,000 turned into 150.
A woman named Linda.
For death benefit.
For death benefit. Oh yeah. So they break even year 3, make a profit, and then from thereafter.
But it's changing jobs.
I mean, so it's a 70-year-old that maybe has a CD that's not doing anything to the bank.
Well, then, don't do a CD. Don't do a CD. But they don't need the cost of insurance.
Well, you'd be amazed how many kids and families love this.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And then they have access to money.
You need to be fixed too?
I can't wait to see,
I'm going to meet this guy
I bet
You know, why does the neighbor, is the neighbor an HVAC guy?
he kind of alluded to like he was in the business kind of deal.
I'm wondering if he just put up a,
And I just started a Roth IRA too.
Good. I think
carbon
we
monoxide's
definitely,
different, so
would
that's
be
why. But if they're
call,
not with
we have
heat
two
for
products.
2
We
days.
do to become the banker with the insurance, and this is what we call
So is that the rule we're supposed to
That's right.
you know,
This
so to
report
do
is
that, you
stop
sponsored by
the ass
Panera
if
Bread.
there's cracks, not even if there's
So this is
no
what we do.
carbon
where it's
monoxide, just if
basically,
there's a crack, is that the law?
$500,000. The nice thing is you get a bonus right away, so you get.
If they find a crack.
No, if there's a crack, they should have That's a deal. But George said he'd buy him a new furnace if there's no crack. Essentially, yeah. Usually you can do what we call insert. Well, they actually had to. So their tech sees the crack, then they have to call someone else to the supervisor comes out, and then they verify.
But-
Any of those ones, you can only do it once.
And that's through
You have to
the,
wait.
you know, it's on a video, right? They do it on, they put the thing down in there,
We
right?
see a lot of people that are like in your situation, they have built up this 401k, but they don't want to suffer any downturn of the market. They can't afford it. So we roll over a good portion of that money into what this is.
25 years.
Never get into this. You can never make it. So somebody else
Colorado 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change? And do you own your own home? Then consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by...
Did you see our guys
do a
meet?
spot in a few minutes, Jordan.
Did you see our guys meeting with Home Advisor tomorrow?
Hold on.
You never owe more than your
I
house.
wonder where that coupon book in this lady
Here are the facts. You benefit immediately
What was it called? It was called Colorado Discount. I can't find it. Is it Colorado Discount Clear? Like,
Hey guys,
with a reverse
talk
mortgage from
all you
American
want.
Financing,
As soon as you see the mic
your
on,
golden years with financial comfort and security. Their mortgage consultants are salary based, so conversations are simple, straightforward, and honest. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ will give you a straight, beautiful smile, fix TMJ and sleep apnea, all in 2 years, and it's at a deal. A few grand, 2 to 3, compared to veneers, which could be $60,000 for a mouthful. The front teeth alone, $25,000. Okay, if you don't believe it, you got to check it out. He has thousands of case histories. Dr. Kent Lawson. He pioneered the new orthodontics with palate expanders, no extractions, no surgeries. He has proven that the adult palate does not fuse and can be used. Can be expanded. So here's the deal. Check him out. 303-690-0100.
what you do is you wear these palate expanders. Your teeth naturally fall into place along with Invisalign at the end. 303-690-0100, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ.
At McDonald Hardwoods, we source our flooring directly from manufacturers.
Click Backwoods.com or stop by McDonald Hardwoods for a limited time offer up to 25% off our most popular flooring.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Am I done except for Ideal? Okay.
The Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, welcome to the show where we are fighting for you. We have Delbert who wants to talk about Skyline Mitsubishi. We have, you know what, we get a lot of complaints about Skyline. Raul wants to talk about AutoNation. Oh, my God. It's not even car day. Russ wants to talk about a construction contract. Nicole, she still has more on this heating cooling problem with Discount Heating and Cooling, which did thousands of dollars in repairs, still didn't fix her system, she said, or took advantage of her. Some of the problems have been fixed. And then we have Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans, so let's talk about it. Now, Brent, 30-year fixed at 4.75. What else should we look forward to? This is a new year. What's going to go on?
Yeah, well, you know, we see this trend year in and year out where rates will climb in the new year. And then the other thing we have is the Fed meeting coming up tomorrow and the next day. They're likely going to hike interest rates, and so that is going to have an impact. So this was a dip that we did not expect to see. We did not think we were going to see rates move off that 5% mark. They have because of all the volatility in the stock market. So for consumers, buying, refinancing, take advantage of interest rates right now because into the new year, it will get more expensive.
Absolutely. 303-867-7000. Salary-based loan officers, and Brent Ivinson's the owner, and they have the interest rate guarantee, which means if they do go down, you still get to refinance free of charge over the next 2 years. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. I'm Tom Martino. Let's go to the phones and help. We have Become the Banker with us, somebody on our referral list that's been there for, I've known Joe for years and years and years. Basically, you buy life insurance. Now, normally life insurance is not a good deal. In fact, you know, whole life shouldn't even be considered an investment. But if you manipulate mutual whole life, where you're an owner, in other words, the cost of insurance is pretty low, and then you invest cash on purpose in order to let it grow tax-free, you can have a cash account that grows tax-free. So it's kind of like a retirement plan, but you're not governed by all of these rules and regs. The only rule and reg you have is that your cash value has to be kind of keep pace. Your life insurance has to keep pace with the cash value. So you automatically get increased death benefits as you accumulate more cash. But the whole idea is really not life insurance, although that's a good thing to have, especially if you're a single mom like we have here today visiting us. And Brandy bought this 10 years ago. She's been using it over the years. She said she bought her Escalade with it. Now, what are your monthly payments on your Escalade, financing it yourself through your cash account, and you're on purpose charging yourself 8% interest?
Right, so I'm actually just making annual payments to myself.
Oh,
and
okay.
So, right.
So, but you can make an annual payment?
Sure, I set up the payment system. I decided how and when I pay back.
Now, but if you didn't, Joe, when would it be considered income? Like, how long does the government let you keep that loan outstanding?
Forever.
Oh, because really? It's not like a retirement. Right. It's not like retirement where you have to pay it off in a certain amount of.
No, not at all. Because the death benefit will eventually pay it if you happen to pass away.
And the only reason she's paying it off is because she wants to. Because the car is theoretically paid off by her life insurance, but she wants to put away more interest.
Absolutely, so that the account, the cash account, will grow.
Yeah, and the she's being charged on the one hand around 4, and then she charges herself 8, which allows her to put away 4. Okay, that's pretty cool. And what else have you done? So you've done some landscaping. You did your car. What else?
I was divorced, and so I got to the other side of that with using my policy. I have twins in school, paid for things with their school. There's been a number of things. I've had a website built.
Really? And so you just take the cash out of there and use it?
I do.
So you haven't used your credit card?
No, well, I use my credit card, and then I use the money that comes in from my policy to pay the credit card off.
Okay, all right. So you use the credit card for convenience and then pay it off, and then you charge yourself the interest instead of paying the credit card. You pay that off immediately and charge yourself that interest.
Exactly.
Do you have a question, Mark?
Well, no. Plus, she probably also gets whatever the credit card gives her, 2% or 1.5% or whatever she's using.
Oh, the rewards.
Right, I get miles.
You get miles, yeah. I love credit card rewards. They're kind of like gravy or frosting or whatever. Just like, I mean, a normal money market's going to get you less than this policy. So even if you take the cost of insurance into consideration, you're still getting more than a CD or more than a money market, and it's kind of like you're getting the insurance free.
And Tom,
yeah,
really, it's actually tax-free, which is a huge benefit.
Oh, of course, that's
tax-free.
like well, for some people, that's like double the return.
Exactly.
Okay, Nicole, let's finish up with you. You had this boiler. We want to get a hold of these people. You say they took advantage of you, and they even charge you for something they didn't do, and that's Colorado Discount Heating and Cooling. What else do you have to say?
So I had to have them come back out because, like I told you, it wasn't working properly.
Yes.
He tried to charge me another $546 to purge my system, which, if I hold up the estimate that he gave me against my invoice.
Well, purging should have been part of the valve replacement.
Exactly. So he's charging me the exact same thing, or trying to,
yeah, I don't
which
like
I
these
didn't
guys.
pay.
I don't like
Yeah, and then he said it had been more than the 30 days, so I had to pay it. But he'd install a free thermostat for me.
That's
well,
crazy.
It had not been more than the 30 days. It was like day 29.
Well,
So
listen, we will contact them about that that 500, and then the 500 for the stuff they didn't do, and then you really need to get an assessment of your system to see if they did any harm. That's also something I want to know. Russ, welcome.
Yes.
What's happening in your life, Russ?
Hey, man. Let me just cut to the chase.
All right.
First of all, I think your show is great.
Thank you.
I don't know who thinks you're obnoxious, but the hell with them. Anyway.
This nice woman sitting to my right thinks
directly next to her.
A piece of work, as she put it. She was very upset.
Yeah.
Yes, but anyway, and it's because I went off topic and started talking about depression, which I don't think is off topic because we get a lot of depressed people calling. And however, she has a point. I don't have a medical degree. I'm not a psychiatrist. So what the hell do I know?
Yeah, but it was sparked by 2 emails you got that basically said if you get LASIK, you get depressed.
But truly, I do know a lot about it. I really do. And in fact, so many people have been cured of their depression. So many of them that I can't even count. And I'm not claiming I have the cure. I'm just claiming that people who listened to me got cured. So listen, what's going on with you, man?
Okay, man. I'm going to be getting into a contract to have some work done in my house.
Yes.
It's a local contractor, and I've never done anything like this. And
okay, now first and foremost is finding the right contractor is number one, and I would hope you went to the referral list. If you didn't, that doesn't mean you're automatically going to get ripped off. So what are you having done?
I'm having the kitchen remodels. The counters are going to be quartz counters, backsplash, the typical stuff.
Oh God, I hope you didn't go to. Did you go to Art of Granite?
I thought about doing that. I actually did think about doing that.
How did you find the guy you? How did you find the guy you got?
Well, it was a referral from you. I can believe this. It was I'll call her a young lady because being 60 myself, I can't say I'm old anymore. And she said, you ought to go over there. These people have been in Castle Rock for 3 generations.
Could be good. Who are they?
Usually give you good deals.
Who are they?
I don't remember the name because I don't remember my name from minute to minute. But,
Russ.
I think it's
Russ.
C-J-N-M.
But they've been around a while is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you didn't get...
the first time we went over there to see what they have.
You didn't get more than one bid?
Yep.
You did not?
No, I don't. I want to, but my wife is saying I want this done.
Russ, Russ, this is a recipe for disaster. I'm not saying because the company you picked might be bad. Who doesn't get more than one estimate?
I know. I hear you.
Okay, what are you having done? What are you having done?
Say that you do. Well, I'm having the counters replaced, like I said.
Okay, what else?
Counters and sink replaced in it, and the water purifier underneath the sink.
And what else?
And that's just the kitchen, and that's it.
Okay.
In the
cabinets are going to stay the same, right?
Yeah, they'll stay the same.
And what kind of stone you're going to have?
Well, quartz, right? I mean.
Well, I don't know. Is that what you're going to have?
Yeah, we were looking at a quartz countertop, and it looked good.
You know, all he's got to do is take some pictures and send them over.
You know, Russ, without your wife knowing it, just take some pictures and call Mish Floria, and for the hell of it, get a price over the phone. I'm serious. And let me know what he says. I would just love to know. So you're having that done. So you're having counters and sink, and what else?
The ensuite, pretty much everything being replaced.
Where?
The main bathroom, master bedroom.
The main bathroom. So you're having the whole bathroom done?
Yeah, pretty much replaced. Yeah.
Okay. And when you say replaced, toilet, shower, everything.
Yep.
Okay. And they bid the whole thing, both.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a guest bathroom too that needs some work.
Wow. So how much is the whole shoot? How much is the whole shoot?
They gave us a bid, and you know, I just about fell on the floor when I saw it.
What is the bid?
I grabbed my heart and I thought, "Oh,
what is the bid?
Loud.
You got two bathrooms and huh?
They said $40K.
$40K. Yeah. 2 bathrooms and a kitchen. But here's the deal. You may not always get one person to get the best deal. For example, with the kitchen, the counters and the sink, there is no question in my mind, without even seeing what they're charging you, and then the bathroom vanities, Mitch Floria. Now, you want to do the rest of the bathroom, and you're in what area? Castle Rock?
Yeah, Castle Rock.
Okay, Moses. There's a guy named Moses. I'm going to tell you, without even seeing your contract, he can coordinate with that, and that you're going to say, I'm going to tell you right now, without even seeing numbers, from what you have, you're going to save at least 1/3 going with Moses and out of the Springs for that, and then going with Mitch Floria for the rest. You will save about 1/3 or more, possibly half. Now you know now. I did not. All I saw was a $40,000, and what else? So what I want you to do now is just do some shopping. But you called about a construction contract. Okay, if you never signed a construction contract, here's what you look out for. You ready? On a $40K contract, when it comes to baths and when it comes to kitchens, you have things called, the biggest hang-up is what's called allowance items. Because one bid could look cheaper than another based on the fact that they are under allowing. For example, when they say hardware, your choice, allowance, and then they put a number in there. If that allowance is unrealistic, their estimate looks low. But when you actually go to buy the stuff, you'll find the allowance is low. You will add to it, and they'll say to you, I can't help it if you went over the allowance. And therefore, a $40,000 contract could turn into a $60,000 contract. So you see, I don't like allowance items. I want to specify. I go out and specify what I want before. I do not accept allowance items.
Okay. Cool.
So that's the first thing. And then the other thing is time to start and time to complete with a penalty for non-completion. The other thing is, listen carefully, that's a per diem penalty. The other problem, and you don't want people to rush, so you have to be reasonable. But the other thing is truly like payment. How much do they want? Up front.
Up front? Okay.
I would say 0 is best. And if they start work, then I don't mind giving it if they actually start work and materials are delivered. So you have to decide all of this for yourself. But I truly believe this, and I know you're not going to do it because I can hear it in your voice. You should shop those 2 people. Suzanne, give them the numbers. Those people that I just told you about. What's the Moses Company out of the Springs, Mark? What is the name?
Peakview.
Peakview Construction, is it? Remodeling. He can do your plumbing. And ask Peakview to coordinate with Art of Granite. Sometimes you need to do more than just one contractor. But if you coordinate them and they're both on a referral list, it's even better. Frank Duran, the real estate man, is on the referral list. and he remains complaint-free, but not praise-free. Oh, my God, we have so much praise for him. It's hard to keep his head small, because if I was him, I'd have a giant head. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, the best for service, the best for negotiating, the best for buying, the best for selling. 303-920-1622.
This report is sponsored by Panera Bread.
Here's a question. What happens when a flatbed tow truck is involved in a crash? Well, they're asking that question eastbound or westbound 6th Avenue, actually right above Wadsworth, the home highway.
Did you see the email where they called Mark creepy?
Right shoulder.
Just of all things you could call it, creepy is not one I would use. Would you, Dan? Would you use creepy?
No, oh, you use
Not creepy.
Creepy Mark. With a high near 64. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low around 25. Right now, mostly cloudy.
He didn't like that. That's the same guy. He didn't like me suing Perry's. I think he works for Perry's.
And then the guy that called you Pete.
Yeah. He called me an asshole. Perry's.
Order online or visit your local Panera for more details.
Right.
And the reality is,
When you say you're self-employed, what do you do?
I'm a medical coder for chiropractors.
Oh, medical what?
I code and bill for chiropractors.
So you have your own client base.
I do.
So she does the ones that do stem cells, too.
They do fake stem cells.
No, joints. Some, not very many.
So you do stem cells. She bills for
How many
stem
different
cells.
chiropractors do you do?
I have a help desk that has a little over 300 members.
Oh, you have a help desk.
Yeah, and then I have other independent.
Holy cow.
That's big business, isn't it?
Yeah.
Geez, you don't get any clearer than those cracks. They showed us.
No gimmicks, and you get utility company rebates up to $1.
Now, can they say it's all the way through, or just has some cracks?
Kevin Miller.
Can they look internally?
I don't think they can look internally.
I don't know. I don't know him personally.
Remember that plumb line run years ago?
What town is he in?
You got a free furnace too.
Lone Tree? Okay.
Right up Yosemite and.
Governor Hickenlooper commuted the life sentence.
Did you see that Facebook from Alex saying,
I don't know him.
are we done?
88% of Americans feel stressed out this Christmas. What's driving us over the edge?
Just a Facebook message.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Delbert, what's going on in your life?
Okay, me and my son at the beginning of the year bought a car. He called me up, told me he needed a cosigner. So I went up there. He come and got me. We went to Skyline Mitsubishi at 2040 West 104th Avenue. And we got in there and we signed the papers and stuff like that. And then we went home and I told him about that it had like a bearing noise. It had a noise in the front driver's side.
Is this a new car?
Yeah, it's a new, not a new. It's a 2012.
Oh, okay.
And so I told them it had a noise in it. They said they would take and look at it and take care of it.
Okay, was it bought as is, Delbert?
Yeah, but the problem is that it was under warranty.
What? Well, so he bought a warranty with it, or it came with a warranty?
It had a warranty still on it, and then he bought a warranty.
All right. So what's going on?
Okay. So we took and turned around and had them take and look at it, and they said it was the tires making the noise, and then a bent rim on the driver's side. I kept telling them, no, it's a bearing. Well, what they did is they pulled the tires off, and they're like $2,400 tires and rims. And they put on, instead of 18-inch rims, they put on 16-inch rims, and instead of $200 tires, they put on each tire cost. They put on like 56 or. Well,
I mean, who said they had to put on $200 tires or $300?
No, they had to put the tires on just like what we had.
Who said?
They said.
Well, what do you mean they said? Where, in the warranty?
No, it was in when they went in there. They said the owner Carl told them to put $200 put the tires, put new tires on.
He told. Hold on, Delbert. Listen, man. Okay. You can't just automatically assume stuff. So you're telling me that the owner of Skyline or the general manager or someone went in and said, put on $200 tires for this guy. He used
put on new tires.
Okay, he didn't say $200 tires.
No.
And they put on new tires.
Well, he told them to take care of this guy, a customer, and give him new tires.
Okay, and they did.
And turned around and took tires off of another car that were 16-inch rims instead of 18-inch rims.
So they swapped out the rims too?
Yeah.
But what did it? How did it?
I like that.
How did it come from?
It was like $1,000 is what these rims and tires he's got on.
Delbert, how did it come from the factory?
I'm not sure. We don't know.
But he bought it used. Who cares? If it had nice rims on it and they swapped them out.
Yeah. Why did they swap out the rims?
Well, because they said it had a bent rim and they wanted the what do you call it? The service manager said that.
Mark, what I'm saying is, with an as-is vehicle, a bent rim is not covered under warranty. Neither are tires.
That's right.
That was verbal. So I don't know what was said, but the fact is, if you drove the car away, you kind of accepted it. I mean, really, you left too much up for chance. How long ago was this exchange?
This was in January when this happened.
In January of last year, you took.
No, this year.
Oh.
Of this year.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Almost a year ago.
That's what I meant. Right. Almost a year ago. So I'm going to go back and say, you give him back his 18-inch rims and better tires. We can't do that, Delbert.
No, but they were supposed to put on.
What is the issue now? Is there a new issue, or did you suddenly get up and say, I should have never done that last year?
No, okay, we paid $13,000 for the car with those tires.
Yeah, but why did you wait a year?
Why did you wait 11 months to do this?
Right, okay, now let's go into another thing about it.
No, Delbert, you got to answer some questions. Why are you calling about that tire and rim
I'm calling about the tires, and I'm calling about the deal and everything. They called us back on the 6th of January
Delbert.
to redo the contract. Hold on, wait a minute.
Delbert! Why are you calling 11 months later? I just want to know what happened.
It's because they took and turned around and gave us a piece of paper that said that the car had to the credit union, and the credit union said I have to take and get a lawyer because they took and turned around and said I had a sunroof, I have a navigation system.
Delbert. Okay, hold on. You're making absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Now, please help me by doing this. Help me by doing this. You bought a car in January of 2018. Okay, Now, you didn't like the way the tires and wheels went down. By the way, had you called us then, we probably could have done something about it. Now, then something happened with the credit union that caused you to call us because it sounded a little crooked. When did that incident with the credit union happen?
That just happened last week.
What happened last week? Tell me, Delbert.
To find out
Delbert, please wait till I ask, please, because you're not telling a coherent story. So, last week, you called the credit union for what reason?
To talk to them about the paper that they gave to them and about the tires and about everything else that was going on.
Why last week did you call the credit union? What happened?
I called them before that and everything like that. I couldn't get any, I've been trying ever since January to try to find a lawyer.
When you called them last week, you wanted to ask them what specifically? Some paper they gave them. When did they give them this paper, and did you just find out about it?
Well, we had the paper back then. We asked the guy, when it popped out and that, and he said, my son says, well, I don't have this. And he said, don't worry about it.
So, Delbert, what they did is oversold the vehicle to the credit union or to the lender, saying you had certain features and you did not have them. Is that right? They wanted they wanted to justify the sale price to get you a higher loan. Is that right?
Right. And then they took and turned them, hold on. They took and turned around, and now the credit union is saying it don't have a sunroof, it don't have... See, they're going by, they thought it had all
right,
this.
Right, that's right. So what are they saying about it now?
They said me to take and get a lawyer because they took and turned around and falsified papers because the credit union...
Delbert, let me ask you this. Is the credit union, as a result of the collateral being misrepresented, is the credit union calling your loan due?
No.
Okay.
They're saying that if we take and say, like, we have it gets repossessed, they're wanting to know where all this stuff's at.
Right, I understand that, Delbert.
I got to take care of that now.
Right. They're upset. They're upset, as you should be, because it was misrepresented to the lender. But here's what I want to tell you. Now, and I hope this makes sense to you, Delbert. Even though they misrepresented it to the lender, if they correct that, it still won't undo your deal. You knew what you were buying.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Yeah, but they need to correct it with the lender because the lender has inaccurate information. Now, if the lender says to you, hey, you were in on this and we got you got an exaggerated loan and you shouldn't have gotten this loan, that's where we need to help you. But what is your goal in our call today? To tell us what scumbags they are at Skyline? Because we know that. Is that okay? These guys probably, if what you're telling me is true, they probably misrepresented that car to the creditor in order to get you an exaggerated loan because they were overcharging for the car. Likely. Right. It's likely. And what they did with the wheels and all that, that screwed you. It really did.
I know. Well, it took $13,000.
But Delbert, I don't think we can go a year back and say to Skyline, you shouldn't have done that to him. The only thing we have right now is a misrepresentation. Can you get the credit union to show us what they submitted?
I can get that. I've got the paper and everything.
Delbert, ask them, the lender, to give you the loan packet that was submitted by Skyline, please.
Okay. Another question, another thing to tell you about it is that he's supposed to be the buyer. I'm supposed to be the co-signer.
Right.
And they had us tear the papers up like 3 or 4 times. On the, they called us back in on the 6th of January. And now I'm the owner.
Okay, listen.
And he's the co-signer.
Right, Delbert, here's something that you're not going to want to hear. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're both equally responsible. It doesn't matter. You're both the owner, and you're both responsible. So no matter how they put the names, it wouldn't make a difference. Let's concentrate on something that means something. Here's what means something. They misrepresented that to the lender, and that is fraud, okay, if they did that. So please get us your information. Suzanne, tell them how to get us that information. You know, the poor guy has a case to distrust these people, but not to undo his deal. You know, and he should have never, ever accepted that substitute of tires and wheels.
I don't know why he did that.
It really sucks. And really, I do feel for you, Delbert. I really do. But I know why you're frustrated and why you're going through everything. But I don't think we can help you on that. Perhaps a little pressure on them for lender fraud. You know, people, Skyline Mitsubishi, this is not the first time we've heard crap about them. I'm telling you, I would avoid them like the plague. One Clear Choice Garage Doors for your garage door needs. One ClearChoiceDoors.com. This is a company you can depend on for your garage doors, whether you're getting a new garage door opener, a whole garage door, or you just need service, or something happened and your spring broke and you need emergency service. All of the above. 303-565-6409. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 K-House, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky Mornings.
I mean, really, he was so frustrated.
Well, even the dealership, if they were $260 loans, now they have to replace them with 4 200s. It would have been better just to replace the 1 260.
Yeah, but they took them off another car. They swapped. They were used. Yeah. I mean, they're where they came from.
For fraud and conspiracy. Ex-President Robert Henry Jr. and 3 other
But 18-inch ones would be more expensive tires.
They work fine for me.
That's weird. I wonder if it's just because this computer's so slow.
Dr. Mike's time is limited, so can you do them next? Okay. She's saying that she thought that the chiropractor's bills were overpriced. I think it's the result of an accident.
If they're billing through insurance, they're always higher, always.
Yeah, and it says Allstate. But I've already had Dr.
Whoa, why do you say that? I totally disagree. Why? Can you? First of all, you got to have someone like her involved and pay her just to get paid. There's an example right there.
I understand why they charge more to insurance companies, but Mark, I'll tell you something that doesn't make sense. Here's how some of these chiropractors work. If you go in as a cash patient, let's say, you pay $30 for an adjustment.
Sure.
If they bill your insurance,
they get a lot more.
Well, hold on. They get $60, and 30 of it is.
Is that stem cell guy in Castle or Parker that you've been? Is that him?
Yeah.
Why does Hatch sound familiar?
So I went to a chiropractor one time where the self-pay, he charged a certain amount to insurance and a certain amount for self-pay. But the people with insurance were paying the same exact amount as people with self-pay. But the people with self-pay, he didn't put in insurance. So just because you had insurance, you paid your 30 and he got an extra 30 for no other reason that you had insurance. And I said, that makes no sense to me. If I have insurance, because my insurance didn't pay, so he got a bill back for 10 visits at whatever, 30, 300. He wanted me to pay 300. And I said, well, I paid you 300, just like that guy did. He said, yeah, but that guy doesn't have insurance. I said, well, pretend I don't either.
Well, you didn't.
But he said, his logic was, he billed my insurance, they wouldn't pay. So I owe $60 per visit, where the other guy paid $30 a visit. It makes no sense.
No, that doesn't.
I said it makes no sense. Now, I'm not saying they all do that. Probably they don't. This guy couldn't get it through his head. I said, why would you charge me $60 a visit? So in other words, having insurance just reaped him another $30 for no reason. He just, it's so weird. Everyone was charged the same, but those who had insurance got to pay $30.
It's just a streamline. I mean, anybody can do whatever they want. It's sick. You know, that companies can do that for doctors, yeah. They charge whatever they want. It's insane.
WinkandWink.com.
They're bankruptcy attorneys, 303-410-1720. This is a time of year people go crazy with spending, but warning, you can't just go crazy and then in January or February say, I'm going to do bankruptcy, because they look back at your charging history. Don't flirt with fraud. Don't do that. You know, you can consult with Wink and Wink right now, and they can tell you how to legally, ethically, and logically do a bankruptcy, or do planning, or do debt settlement. 303-410-1720. WinkandWink.com. All right, let's go to Rex. Is it Rexanne? Rexanne is upset with her chiropractor bill. What are you upset about, Rexanne? I got that chiropractor bill in front of me from this chiropractor, and go ahead.
No, I just think it's excessive. This is a car accident, and you were charged anywhere from I don't know why. Oh, you had electrostim, you had traction. This reeks of what I call a car accident, right? Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So this guy knows that he has MedPay paying him. Mm-hmm. So he's charging for every little thing. Now, does that mean you don't need the stuff? I don't know. I mean, you know, doctors do this too, not just chiropractors. MDs do it, where they take advantage of MedPay. So what part are you upset with? Did you have a copay, or what's going on?
No, so it wasn't my fault. I was T-boned, and I was not ticketed. So I went and saw the chiropractor. I trusted him. I went through treatment. I did improve, I would say 70%.
Now, what does it have to do with whose fault it was? What does that matter?
Because it was a PI case, so everything was billed for the other person.
Well,
so I wasn't billed at all for any of this.
Okay, then I'm just asking, why do you care if the other person's insurance was paying this?
Because when the adjuster called me to settle it, he's offering me $4,333, and my bill is $7,562.
Are you represented?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's why he's doing it. First of all, you should be represented, especially with bills like this.
Worse than that, she said she's only 70% better.
Yeah, and here's the deal. First of all, I mean, just on a pure sense, the insurance company is going to offer you as little as possible. Your insurance, do you have medical payments on your insurance?
No, I do not.
You never? Okay.
They messed up the insurance, and they put me as liability with no med pay.
Okay,
I didn't know that until the car.
Okay, hold on. Who's your carrier? Is it Fred Loya?
It was Allstate.
Allstate, that's why. Here's the thing. You're supposed to turn down med pay with your initials. Did you do that?
I guess so, yeah. Apparently. Okay. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Here's what they do. Well, many times they'll lie about it because they don't want med. See, med pay is a bad coverage. Let me tell you why insurance companies hate it. Because it's non-chargeable. They can't charge it against you. And not only it's non-reimbursable, I believe, and it's also cheap. So they don't want you to buy it. Okay. They don't want you to buy it. So therefore, if you had MedPay, this would be a non-issue. Your MedPay would take care of it and go after the other party. But since you don't have MedPay, we get down to the bill itself. And by the way, you should call an attorney, even if you don't hire an attorney, someone like John Fuller would free of charge answer questions for you. And I mean that. If you said, listen, Tom said you would answer some questions. Here's the situation. What should I say to that guy who's only offering me a couple grand? But let's get down to the chiropractor bill. I didn't use the chiropractor's name because I don't want it reflecting badly on him because I'm not sure he did anything wrong. And so I asked one of our experts, Dr. Mike Hederscheit, at Bright Light Chiropractic to take a look at it. And he's not the one associated, or he's not the one who did it. I just want to ask him as a chiropractor because I consider him a pretty straight shooter. Now, Dr. Mike Hederscheit, Dr. Mike, what do you think about the bill? I mean, for a car accident, is this run-of-the-mill usual, or do you see some, what do you see?
Yeah, just taking a look. Can you guys hear me okay here?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Just taking a look at it, I mean, if it's something where that chiropractor is going to obviously do business than any other chiropractor. And if he's doing traction and stem and massage and trigger point therapy and adjusting and all that, that's all things that he can do within his scope. So that, as far as chiropractic, I didn't see anything wrong with what he was coding and what he was billing for.
And what about the amounts? Do you think the amounts seemed excessive?
No, the amounts seemed within what is okay for him to bill. I didn't see anything outstanding on there that I would say was not good for him to do for the patient. And if she's saying that she's feeling 70% better, I mean that's still better than when she started.
Now,
I can't say that there's anything wrong.
Let me ask something, Rexanne. Do you like? I mean, the treatment itself. Do you appreciate? Forget about anything financial. Do you feel satisfied with the treatments so far?
Yes, no, absolutely. But here's the problem is when I've talked to 3 different lawyers that refuse to take the case because it's not financially beneficial
for them. Right, it's not big enough, that's right.
Because I didn't see a real MD is how they put it. They won't take the case. So here I am to fight with them myself now between the insurance company and the doctor. The insurance company saying that they're excessive and unrealistic. The doctor saying, I want to talk to your attorney, and I can't find an attorney to represent me.
No, but you can
I don't know what to do.
You can find an attorney to give you some advice. John will give you some advice. Listen.
Okay.
How badly are you injured? Let's talk. Like, first of all, how bad is your car?
It's totaled.
It's totaled. And by the way, Dr. Mike, thank you for being here. And you have a new website name. You got a new address that's more direct. What is it?
Oh, brightlightdenver.com.
That's cool. That's cool. Brightandyourfamily.com is pretty cool, too, but Bright Light Denver.
I want to ask him something real quick. Hey, Doc, if you go in and pay cash, are you generally cheaper than if you're billing insurance, and if so, why?
Say that question one more time.
If you direct bill and people pay you directly, or they put it in, or insurance, do you charge more when it's put through insurance?
No, I don't. I had the same rate, so it's $50 for a cash adjustment, $50 for an insurance adjustment.
That is so awesome. Thank you. Now, a lot of them do, and again, Mark, I understand there's overhead when you bill through insurance. There's a lot of overhead. I mean, people literally need sometimes full-time staff. I know MD's offices sometimes have full-time staff just to code and get stuff out. Anyway, let's not turn that into this. Let's talk about this. Rexanne, here's the deal. You need to get some help. How much damage was to your car?
So they totaled it.
Okay, well, okay.
They didn't give me a number. They just...
How bad are you hurt? Like, did you go to the hospital?
I did not go to the hospital. I waited 2 days, actually, because I didn't know I was hurt. And then I was in severe pain. Like
did you get a medical diagnosis other than a chiropractor?
So not until, like, 2 weeks ago, because I'm still having pain.
What did the doctor give you as a medical diagnosis?
So he gave me 4 months of physical therapy, which I am going to start.
And what did he say or she say is wrong? Whiplash?
The doctor didn't... No, the doctor didn't say anything of that nature. He just said that...
Well, it was coded. What was it coded?
Oh, as the... You have the thing. I have it on my... I don't have it up in front of me.
Okay, so the doctor gave you a diagnosis. You know, you...
Several.
Okay, well, listen. I'm not so sure this is such a small case. Are you hurting?
So I'll wake up fine, but in the afternoon my hip will hurt me if I do a bunch of stuff.
Did you miss a lot of work?
I missed 4 months of work.
Listen, man, you have to call John Fuller. You have to.
Okay.
Is it 6... let me get that number straight, Suzanne. Can you get it for me, please, John?
597-303-597-4500.
Thanks. Did you just pull that out of your head right now?
I did.
Oh, man. Come on, you young woman, you. Hey, I used to be able to do that. I can for most clients. So listen, Rexanne, please, honest to goodness, would you call him?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, and make sure, Suzanne, she gets that number. And then thank you, Dr. Mike, for weighing in on this. 303-713-TALK. So I want to talk to our guinea pig today. And, Brandy, you like this policy for yourself. You bought an Escalade. You used it for remodeling, some other stuff. I want to know this. You liked it so much you bought another 2 policies. Is that right?
I actually have a second policy on myself as well, and then I have one on each of my kids.
No fooling. What are you putting away? Oh, never mind. It's none of my... No, it really isn't any of my business. So some guy just wrote, say, you don't sound like a single mom because you got too much. You have too much money to put away. And that's the point. You have to have a certain amount to put away, but then at the same time, what else are you going to do with it? You have. Did you weigh other options like day trading or other? I'm serious. Did you weigh other options?
I had an IRA. I had mutual funds. I tried day trading, and I lost all of my money in day trading. I had a couple of different savings accounts, and
so you have 2 policies for yourself and 2 for your children.
That's correct.
And you're putting it all. You're maxing them out. Well, not well. I don't know if max is the right
No,
word.
I pay an annual premium. I decided what the premium was going to be, and then I pay that each year on...
And you're building cash value on all of them?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to use them for with your daughters?
Right now with them, you know...
wait, son and daughter.
I have a son and a daughter.
Twins, right.
Right. They're 7, and so we have probably braces coming. We're going to have cars. We're going to have college, numerous of expected and unexpected things, and so that's what that is being reserved for them right now.
All right, 303-713-TALK. We have more coming up. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Oh, my goodness. The #1 complaint this year has been contractors taking money, doing little or no work. You won't have that problem ever with Genesis. Great people. Genesis. Mark Szymanski is the owner. Genesis. Look them up. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And, by the way, they also do it. Not just everything on the outside, including roofs. They do kitchens and baths and basements. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This report is sponsored by Panera Bread.
Big delays. So any crack, even if it's not already all the way through, should be replaced, period, end of story. Correct? In a heat exchanger.
Oh, yeah.
Period, end of story.
Now, there used to be people who would weld them and weld the crack.
Well, I'm not saying repair it or replace it. I'm saying if there's a crack, at minimum, that thing needs to be fixed.
Nothing's acceptable with that, ever. You're never,
because eventually it's going to go all the way through.
It's never acceptable.
You don't have to get the carbon monoxide. It's just got to be a visible crack.
And everything
because heat can actually...
It's dangerous.
Heat can actually open it up wide, so you can't... But even without an emissions reading, you are definitely susceptible at any time to that opening up and so visible cracks automatically done. Emissions automatically.
In fact, you could argue
find the crack.
If they did put it back together, their ass could be grass if anything ever happened.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, period.
They're not allowed to.
Mark, did you think 70% wasn't a lot better on that collar?
No, I think for someone that was in a car accident and she's arguing over an $8,000 chiropractic bill, she screwed herself. That was probably a $50,000 or $100,000 claim if she got an attorney.
Well, you can still do that.
Fuller would have had her at the hospital that day, or at least in MD's office. And she's been constantly for 5, 6 months constantly.
We don't know.
I think they're paying.
No, she needs to get an attorney. And she had 4 months out of work.
Yeah, but she didn't say she paid for that. She didn't say that.
What do you mean?
4 months out of work. She didn't say if she was paid for that or what.
She said she was at, well, who would pay her for 4 months?
I don't know, but she's, insurance company or?
If she has this short-term disability.
No, I don't know. My point is, though, if she's still 30% bad and she's arguing over $3,000, she screwed the pooch.
Yeah.
Here's an email. Been an RN 20-plus years and generally cynical about a lot of Tom's medical and health expertise in quotation. You little snotty, you. But I am, in general, in strong agreement on his statements on depression, almost every word of it. I don't know what she means by cynical about a lot of my medical health expertise, because I don't have a lot of expertise, I just have a lot of knowledge, and there's a big difference.
Probably diet, if I had to guess what she's thinking.
And that is where so many people are wrong, because for some reason, diet has become almost political. I want to say something about this, though. For those listening, I'm not going to go back into it, but you can listen to the first hour and the start of the show as far as that goes. And then somebody was so upset with me that she came in to see me personally, and she suffers from depression. And we'll talk to her after the show, because we're not going to do this on the air. But here's what I want to say. As far as diet, honest to God, it's political. I mean, it's amazing to me how political. In other words, there are acceptable foods like quinoa and agave. How
about just milk?
But certain things are acceptable. Dairy's been getting a black eye lately, but so many things become acceptable because they are just popular, and therefore you can't be, if you say anything against them, it's like, how dare you?
Granola.
Just certain things, and it's like, even if you tell them it's absolutely terrible for you. First, there's not a grain. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are some grains that are good for you. Bran is pretty good. Is bran a grain? I guess it is. But there are, most every grain is bad for you. It's bad. Not even, and I mean bad. Even your glorious steel cut, by the way, I don't know why they say steel cut on every menu. Steel cut oatmeal. Would it matter to you if it was stone ground oatmeal, steel cut oatmeal, or cut with copper? Do you care about your oatmeal and how it's cut? Because every menu says steel cut oatmeal. Well, it better be, damn it. I don't want to be cut with any other blade but steel for my oatmeal. And that's what they say. Did you ever see it? I love menu talk. We ought to do another show on that. 303-713-TALK. BecomeTheBanker.org, by the way, or BecomeTheBanker.info, even better, for a video on what we've been talking about and to sign up. You can even call directly to get a person on a one-on-one presentation. 303-779-6600. There's really no magic with it, people. Tony, what's going on with you? Hi, Tony.
Hello.
What's happening?
So I won a judgment.
Yeah.
On a mechanic here in Colorado Springs, and he provided his interrogatories, and I need to know what my next step is.
Okay, so you got interrogatories. You asked for account numbers, and you got them.
We had Mike sue this guy.
Mike. Who's Mike?
Mikey.
Oh, Mikey served him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tony, you did it after the show call. What was this about?
In a nutshell, he was to replace my motor with an 18,000-mile motor. He did not, and it's the original motor, and it's still not running. And there's...
All right, so you won, right? Was it a default judgment?
Yep.
Was it against the individual or the company?
I did both.
Good. You got a default judgment, so you want to know what to do. You got the interrogatories. So this guy actually put down his bank account numbers.
He did not, because he said that the place of business is out of business. That is correct. At the time, it was in business.
Go ahead. But what about him? What about him personally?
He's still in business. I've got photos of parts driver and him collecting parts.
But did you serve him as an individual for the interrogatories?
Yes.
How did? Are you sure? Well, you can't do them both. So how'd you do that? You served him twice then.
No, once. I believe Mike's the one that served him.
Well, what did that name? Tell me how you did it all in one. Tell me how you did it.
It was for the car shop and for the mechanic himself.
Okay, that doesn't tell me what it said. What did it say?
It said that the business is out of business and
no,
he had no
Tony,
bank account.
Tony, listen.
Yep.
The thing you served, what does it say? Does it say the car shop and so, comma, individual, or does it, what does it, okay, all of a sudden, yes, that's what it says, just because I said it, or does it actually say that? You have a comma, individual, so it's not left to imagination that he's an officer of the company. You literally put comma, individual.
Yep, I put the name of the business and the mechanic.
And then did you put comma, individual?
No.
We need to look at his interrogatories.
Right. You need to make sure, Tony, I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass. You need to make sure you served him personally. I don't think you did, okay? I don't think you did. That's why he responded the way he did. I think you need to serve him personally. And you have to make sure you got the judgment for both. We're just taking your word for it. So we'll have our attorney look at stuff if you send it to us and get some guidance for you.
Okay.
Okay? Because if you have a judgment, it's a short trip to collection. Okay?
If there's something to collect.
Yeah, but this guy may keep money out of banks and all of that stuff. It's a pain in the ass. But at least it's better than nothing. Joe, what's going on with you, Joe?
I know we're running out of time. Long story, I was going to co-sign a lease for some workers.
Okay.
I did give my credit information. The apartment was approved. I have discovered that I never signed the lease. They signed it, quote unquote, electronically using my name.
Who's they?
I guess the apartment community.
Well, you know what? If you go to court on this, because are they holding you responsible for something right now, Joe?
Yes.
All right. We can get you back on, but there will be IP information proving where it was signed. And if
I've already got that.
Did the IP go back to you?
No.
All right. Hold on. All right. Become thebanker.info, and I appreciate our guinea pig today. Thank you very much, Brandy, for being here. We have a lot more to talk about, but we're simply out of time. Don't forget referralist.com for help, information, and referrals.
Do you have scalp psoriasis? Horizons Clinical
Suzanne, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to re-mention this charity stuff, man. I forget to re-mention this charity stuff. I'm going to keep it on my pile of stuff here for tomorrow. The one we just had on? Tomorrow.
That's a good one. A lot of people wonder about digital contracts.
I want him to send me